Roethlisberger. He's 39 today. What's his future? How about the futures of Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Alex Smith? So many quarterback questions this offseason. ESPN insider Dan Graziano is here this morning, 7:15 Eastern with KJZ. They're next. I'm Jay Reynolds. Back tomorrow with SportsCenter all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Coming up Tuesday, a year ago, Zion Williamson would have been considered overhyped. But now, we'll tell you why the Pelican star has actually become underrated. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
The NBA and Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
You have to be the best of the best to be the face of the league. It just can't be because of what you bring off the court.
Get inside the biggest stories.
They're going to be very cautious with how they bring AD along and bring him back.
Plus, the insiders come here to tell you what to expect next.
There was some swelling. He's going to get an MRI today.
The NBA is on. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Weekday mornings at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN News.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At CDW, we get new ways of working bring new threats.
That's why we started an office commune in the wilderness. Not a security concern around. Unless you count the wolves.
You know, at CDW, we can design a security solution using HP Elite devices with real-time threat intelligence to help protect your data anywhere you work.
Anywhere? Dress the donkeys! We're going back to the office!
For technology that moves you forward, trust HP and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Learn more at cdw.com/HP security.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive.
Oh, man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You ever lie awake at night, can't sleep, not wanting to see what time it is, because that's just going to keep you up? Tonight, try ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended-release melatonin helps you fall asleep naturally and then slowly releases so you stay asleep longer through the night. It's non-habit-forming with no next-day grogginess. ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night, so you can fall asleep and stay asleep. Available at retailers near you.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them, too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
97.5 The Fanatic is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to performing broad outreach to fill job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local community organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Community organizations that wish to receive our job postings should contact the Fanatic's business office by calling 610-771-9750. We also encourage listeners to visit bbgi.com, where you'll find an online listing of job openings at Beasley Media Group, LLC. WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m., and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Before you step outside today, winter is back. Maybe not snow, maybe not ice, but winter is definitely back this morning. Chilly morning. We'll try to warm you up here on the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Our 6 a.m. sponsor is our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White here for the pro, and thankfully Bradford White Water Heaters, I've got one in my apartment. So it was a nice hot shower this morning. You're going to need one because it's a little chilly outside. As we get started on this Tuesday, where Elaine Vigneault, the Flyers coach, will join us around 8:40 this morning. You will hear from the coach of the Flyers as they begin a 3-game road trip this week, which you will hear right here on The Fanatic Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Where we get started this morning, though, is paint me confused. The state of NFL football today. Everybody wants out of Houston. I get it. Texans a train wreck. But this isn't really a Texans story. This isn't really even a Houston story. It's more of a modern-day athlete story. So you don't want to – I don't understand how players say that they want to get out of a place because they don't think they can compete there. They don't think that they've got the setup there that they can compete. And they want to go somewhere where there's proven success. And by the way, that seems to be the entire talking points from J.J. Watt and from Deshaun Watson. J.J. Watt gets granted his release. And he talks about winning a ring and chasing a championship. And where does he go? To the Arizona Cardinals. To reportedly the biggest guaranteed money out there. The Arizona Cardinals, not anybody's idea of chasing a ring or competing to win championships. Now, they threw a boatload of cash at him, and I, as a capitalist, am very thrilled for him. I'm just not thrilled with the double talking points. Did you want out to chase a ring, or did you just want out for one last huge payday? Why don't you just tell us what it's all about? Because it's not about competing. It's about payday. Then Deshaun Watson says he's got to get out of Houston. Got to get out there. And supposedly they're wasting his best years. Deshaun Watson then says, well, I'm on the team that should have the 3rd pick in the draft, but they got rid of it. So my preference is to go to the team that has the number 2 pick in the draft. An organization that has been a far bigger dumpster fire than Houston has ever been in the New York Jets. But that's his preference. It sounds like Dumb and Dumber or being cagey like a fox. I don't know what it is. But I do know that for J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson, it is obviously all about money and not about winning. Because where you're choosing to be. Remove the feelings and just get to it. Why can't anyone just tell us what they're all about? And that's where we begin the 6 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, and Pat Egan. Bob, I'm waiting for the one athlete who says, you know what, J.J. Watt, I got a couple of years left in the NFL. I haven't been able to, I've been happy. I want one last payday. I want one last payday to just add to the coffers before I get out of the NFL. It takes a physical toll on me. I sacrifice my body, but I just want to get paid. Instead of this BS of, well, I've wasted my best chance to win a championship. I want to go someplace and chase rings.
You got a long way ahead of you, John.
Gosh. His top 2 pursuers, by the way, Bob, the 2 teams that were semifinalists in their conference, the Buffalo Bills and the Green Bay Packers. So 2 teams incredibly close to Super Bowl teams, incredibly close to championship level, were his top 2 pursuers. Now, they weren't going to offer him the money that the Arizona Cardinals were.
Yeah, and so it comes down to when is enough. Like, okay, J.J. Watt, you're going to make What did he sign with Arizona? 31 and a half.
24 guaranteed, roughly 24 guaranteed.
When is the difference between 31.5 million and 24 million? Is that a huge thing? And I told you before, this is what I was told by a player one time. Oh, it's not just about the money you're making. It's about looking somebody else in the eye and say, I'm making more than you. Right? So, yeah, does it go against everything we believe in about winning? Absolutely it does. But there's only a handful. I guess this is their thinking. This isn't mine. There's only a handful of teams that you can go to, and you just named 2, that can almost give you that guarantee of winning. There's 32 teams that can give you that guarantee of here's a boatload of money. So it's kind of like, all right, I'll just take the highest bidder, I guess.
They talk about Buffalo and also Green Bay. They were talking that they would probably guarantee him roughly around 18 to 19 million. He got roughly 24 million guaranteed going to Arizona. This isn't about chasing a championship. This isn't about competing. It's about payday.
Duh.
No, I mean, really, you do think that, yeah. So you're not surprised at all?
No. I mean, one of my first thoughts was, I wonder if the word around the league is Kyler Murray's got a real shot at being that guy. That was the first place my mind went. I accepted a long time ago that athletes are mercenaries, and that's what they are. They're mercenaries. They don't, for the most part, as Zach Ertz that cares about a city, a Jason Kelsey that cares about a city like the way they do Philadelphia, is rare. And I feel like Philadelphia has a higher propensity of getting those guys because we really put our claws in you and don't let you leave and force you to love us. But that's rare.
The only thing is, though, is that the guys you mentioned, doesn't that remind you of J.J. Watt and what he's been to Houston?
He's been huge to them.
And then you're like, well, I got to get out because I'm wasting my last chance to go win a championship. And all you did was just go chase. You chased more guaranteed money.
Something is up with Houston. I don't know what it is. Their culture seems terrible.
Okay. Then go someplace where you can win.
It makes me appreciate the Eagles because as bad as it is, we're never going to be that bad because something's up down there. Something's in the water in Houston where guys really don't like it. But yeah, they're mercenaries.
Pat, I don't know whether to call Jamie cynical or realistic.
He's realistic.
I'm naive.
Yeah, he's realistic.
The thing is, though, when J.J. Watt looks you in the eye and says, I want to go win a championship, I figure I got a couple years left, and J.J. Watt's out there talking about getting that elusive championship, and then you freaking just go and chase the money, that's disconcerting to me.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, I can't remember who it was, but there was another really good defensive end, actually, who said that he was going to go where God sent him.
God sent him to Green Bay.
You're familiar with the story.
Biggest paycheck, too.
Yeah, now, I think he has a chance to win in Arizona, because, they're 8-8, but they're on the come up. They're on the come up. They're 8-8. They have a young quarterback. They have a decent offense. Adding J.J. Watt to the defense. I'm not crazy right here, right? Anyone?
No, I don't think you are.
It's not Cincinnati.
Super Bowl championship, a championship contender, a playoff team.
We've seen 7 and 9 teams go to Super. We have. Super. So
you're absolutely right about that. We have.
If you're J.J. Watt, I think you only signed a 2-year deal, so you have that chance to go ring chasing in your next contract if this doesn't work out. But if you sign with Buffalo or Green Bay for less money and you don't win a championship, you're in Buffalo or you're in Green Bay.
See, I think this is not. I don't think he's getting another big money contract. J.J. Watt. I think this is the end of this is the last couple years. This is a guy. How many times has he played 16 games?
Which is exactly why you cash in now, because your next contract,
that's fine. The thing is, he could have cashed in.
I think
with good teams.
Maybe once of the last 4 years. If he played 16 this year, something like that.
He's 31 now. Sorry, John.
He's not getting another huge contract.
He played 16 2 of the last 3 years.
Okay, that's good then.
And then a couple of years were injury riddled. 16 his first 5 years.
Correct.
Played all 16.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's another contract after this. If there is, it's a 1 or 2 year.
Maybe a one-off.
Yeah, go to whoever's the hot team then and try to get another one. But
don't tell me you're chasing a ring, because Green Bay and Buffalo were your top pursuers. Green Bay's been in the NFC title game 2 years in a row. They are young, they are talented, and they were going to offer you around $5.5 million less guaranteed money. Buffalo too.
Yeah.
They're much better options.
Absolutely.
Arizona is not considered in the same realm as those two.
I just looked it up. They were 40-1 before yesterday in terms of winning the Super Bowl next year.
With JJ
Middle
Watt,
of the pack.
With JJ Watt,
It'll
they're
go
gonna be
38-1. Yeah, maybe 35
to 1.
Yeah.
But what is Buffalo, by the way?
And Green Bay.
I just closed.
Buffalo and Green Bay, if you can.
Green Bay is plus 900. Buffalo plus 1,200. So I mean,
chasing. If you're going after a ring,
two of the top
9-1 or 12-1. Both wanted you. Both were going to offer $5.5 to $6 million less guaranteed money.
They can't say what you want them to say because they would come off as the ultimate JOs.
Not to the weird thing is not to me,
but to
not to me. If someone said to me, I swear to you,
they turn off a lot of people. I think I think you're in the minority.
But this doesn't turn people off. The fact that you were just lied to.
Because I just know it's part of the game.
Okay, so someone lying to your face.
Carson Wentz once told me he wanted to be the Eagles quarterback forever.
That doesn't turn Bob. That doesn't turn you. Now, Bob's. You're in a different situation because you've stuck a mic in people's face. You've written down with a pad and paper. Athletes telling you this.
Yeah, look. J.J. Watt appears to be a really good guy, and from all of what we said, sure. Does the money aspect come to it? Yeah. Did he specifically say I'm going there to get a ring?
Because it was the idea is that I've only got a few more years left.
Yeah.
I got a few more years left to go win a championship.
Yeah. You know what hit me was Green Bay or
his home state, by the way.
Yeah. Green Bay or Buffalo. All I think about is playing in the cold. Yeah, I'd rather go to Arizona too.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And by the way, no state tax.
I agree with Jamie.
He chose
yes.
5.5 more guaranteed, no state tax.
Yeah, it's great.
And it says, guess what? Just tell me.
But
I want to pick. How about this? How about if an athlete comes out, Pat? Try this one. I want to choose where I'm going to finish out my career. Why can't an athlete say that? I'm looking to. If you just don't even bring money into it, just say I want to choose the situation that I work in the last few years of my life.
Because I don't think that J.J. Watt looks at it like this is the end of his career. And I don't either. I mean, he's 31. He'll be 33 at the end of the deal. And then
he's not getting another deal.
He's not getting another big deal. He's getting another deal.
He might get a one-off.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly. Which is that is ring chasing, right?
Wow.
I mean, that's a one-off of a contender.
Wow, I'm very surprised because Jamie, you are absolutely right. I'm naive when I get fooled by this stuff. But what I'm waiting for is I really believed he was ringed. I really believe he was going to get chased. He said he wanted to win. That's
I thought he was going to Green Bay. I thought it was a lock. But I think.
See, I thought Buffalo.
Well,
See, I thought
either way, a more competitive team.
Right.
I think they try to meld the money with the talent around them. I mean, the ideal situation is the most guaranteed money with a team. It's almost like a stock. Like, all right, well, if I get the guaranteed money here, but this team's got a chance to really, that's a penny stock that could become $1,000 stock. And maybe that's how he views Arizona is, all right, well, I'm taking the most guaranteed money, but they still have a shot.
The Arizona Cardinals are an organization with zero pedigree. Zero. Right now you've got a track record right now of, first of all, Green Bay, a well-run organization, young, talented, on the rise, with the money to pay you. Now they're going to pay you $5.5 million more. Reportedly, if I'm going by the Green Bay newspapers, they were going to offer him guaranteed money $5.5 less over 2 years. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, with no state income.
That's a ton of money.
Yeah, and maybe there is a part of J.J. Watt that does believe, hey, I go there and I can put this team over the top. So therefore, not chasing a ring, but I'm going to make this team good enough to be able to compete for a ring.
So it's Chandler Jones.
Yeah. That's a good pairing.
Chandler's, though, is not, I don't think, best days ahead.
Probably
is that
not.
Fair? That's fair.
Yeah, but with JJ, maybe he's better.
Hassan
He's a
Reddick's
free
there.
agent.
He's a free agent.
Right? I would like him here.
So you're going to pay J.J. Watt. You're letting Hassan Reddick potentially walk? I don't understand.
Maybe Larry Fitzgerald might view J.J. Watt coming to town as, he's worth lacing it up one more time.
Right.
They got DeAndre Hopkins. Kyler Murray's pretty exciting. They have one of the sexy young coaches.
Right.
I see why it's a destination.
You think he's sexy, eh?
Cliff?
You think Cliff's sexy?
Yeah, he puts out a vibe. He works out.
Puts out a vibe. Hey, if you want to join us, you can. 610-632-0975.
Look at that butt. He must work out.
I think the
movie reference.
What's that vibe of what's that D word that Jamie likes to use so much? He's got little D quality to him.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be boys with him, I don't think.
Little quality to him.
Yeah.
Hey, in Cooney's Corner, injuries aren't always physical.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
I'm teetering on a line that I don't like to teeter on all that often because the late, great Phil Jasner, when I took over the Sixers beat from him, told me don't ever question an athlete's injury because you don't know. You just don't know. You can't compare how somebody feels about something compared to how you do. I might have a high threshold of pain. Jamie, as we know, doesn't.
No.
So, you just never know.
Thought that was unnecessary.
No, but it just, whether it's medical staff, whether it's the feeling of players, what they can get, whatever they can, don't you find it kind of amazing that Joel Embiid has battled back issues this year, knee issues this year, and now an ankle issue this year that puts him at questionable, maybe 12, 13 of the 35 games they've played, and whenever he's questionable, but he does go out and play, he's MVP of the league.
That's why I don't believe the.
I know. So here's what is going on? Is it a case of my ankle hurt? How many times have an athlete is hurting, but they don't say anything?
It's
you
okay,
just
by the way,
play
not
through
to,
it,
right?
You can get treatment on something or whatever, and just play through it. My point being, I don't know if the Sixers medical staff throughout these years has catered so much to injury that they allow players to be more injured than they really are. Things linger. We've been hearing about this back all year long. We've been hearing about the ankle, the knee, whatever it may be. But when he goes out and performs, he performs at an MVP level. Either Joel Embiid is far and above better than everybody else in this league being able to play at the level he does with injuries, or maybe there really isn't one.
I don't understand, Bob, knowing it from watching how when Mike Keenan coached, you were forbidden to speak of an injury.
Yeah,
players were forbidden.
Well, that seems insane.
You don't speak of an injury in the you don't tell somebody if you got a nagging knee or shoulder or something, you don't comment on it. Don't comment on it. Just play.
But what if you're asked
because you don't
about
want to give you don't want to give somebody's not doing a medical thing. If you're getting treatment on a shoulder, that's not public knowledge. You're getting it behind closed doors. You don't have to talk about it.
And you and I sound old school. Like back in the day, everybody just played. But there is a truthness to it.
It's just sharing of information.
I think LeBron James is old school, where he's come out and said, I get paid to play, so I'm going to go out and play. My point, I'm not questioning Joel Embiid or anything like that. I think it's more of a factor in the Sixers organization and has been through the years with the medical staff of putting into players' heads that they think more about injury than they should.
First of all, I ain't no bitch.
There's way more access and information. Like during the Mike Keenan days, where journalists live streaming practice sessions, noticing if somebody was hurt. Like you can almost.
No, but the training is still going on behind closed doors.
Sure, but there's more eyes on if something's wrong.
Wait a minute here. The Patriots players don't talk about injury. So we're talking about modern day. It's not an old school thing.
Yeah, but they're injured. They don't talk about it, but something's probably up.
But they don't talk about it. They're forbidden to talk about it. You are not to talk about injury. You're not if your shoulder's hurting you, you're not to talk about it.
But do Eagles talk about it unless asked?
I don't have any idea. Sixers do. Sixers talk about it like we get a MASH unit.
I mean, Doc said at 6:15 last night that Joel's highly questionable. I told my buddy in Boston not to bet it because I thought he was out.
Here's what I compare it to, John, real quick. Remember when you first came, we were having a meeting or something, and the phone number.
Yes.
Okay, of your old station.
Right.
And I said something to you because I was taught this before. I said, don't ever say it again.
Don't say it again.
Right?
Correct. Now it's in my head.
Right. So it goes out of your mind because you're not thinking about it. I kind of equate it with injuries. Not that you're not treating them or anything like that, but don't think that something is going to keep you out or be prolonged.
Correct.
Because you think so.
It's tough, though, because he's the most important player in the team, and at this point,
I hear you.
Everybody knows about these, quote, lingering injuries, that it's one of the first things asked is Joel Embiid going to play tonight? So,
yeah, but I think your point is a Shake Milton ankle injury is around the league as a very common thing.
Could be.
Yeah, and part of me is, to put this on a positive note, if he does have all these little things going on, it's amazing the level of basketball he's playing.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, the number one priority at Pets Plus Naturals to help your pets live happier, healthier, longer lives. With curbside pickup and local home delivery available, check out petsplusnatural.com. A big Sixers win last night, though. That was one of those blowout wins.
Yeah.
It was very, very exciting.
Yeah, the bench came through for him. It brought up, and I'm going to bring this up later, it brought up a little level of concern with me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. There's good reason.
Something that was good brought up concern with me.
And what is good,
Get
though,
excited.
What is good, though, is just staring at it now is knowing there is a certain comfort level in the second half of the year knowing the Sixers are a 3-seed minimum. You're just playing to not. Now you just want to get that. You want to get the 2, so you get second home court advantage, and you'd love to get the 1. I mean, that's a pretty nice position to be in.
Yeah, I don't see any scenario they fall out of the top 3.
No, I mean the Knicks are not going to. The Knicks are not climbing.
Oh, the 19 and 18 Knicks are not going to climb up.
That's unbelievable. It's
so
exciting.
Fun. I'll tell you.
What did the guy say, John?
Is the
unbelievable?
No. What did he? I think he said unbelievable or something.
There's a game and a half separating 4th and 10th place in the East,
which is crazy though.
Wow,
that is crazy town. Did you know you can receive a $5 rebate by trading up any non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen purchased at any retailer? Details are available for you at Exergen.com. Make sure you are checking your temperature still. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Governor.
It was.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
No more travel restrictions. No more any of that nonsense. So I will. I'd like to thank the people over in Havertown at, I'm trying to think of it. And in, Roxborough, Vibe Healthcare.
Oh, okay. That's where I got one of my instants.
Vibe, those people were excellent. Just want to tell you, I'm never seeing you again. But thank you. Vibe people, I said, the amount of tests that I had at Vibe between their 2 locations, excellent people.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
I was in and out in 15 minutes.
Guess what?
Yeah, that's what we heard.
I'm never seeing you again as far as for a rapid test. I would absolutely go check those people out again, though.
Yeah.
They were excellent.
Yeah, they were good.
Absolutely excellent. So if I ever have
the nurse there told me I was a wuss, and she said men are wussies when it comes to this test.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no problem with it.
Yeah. I just tickled.
Jamie's a wuss.
I went to the location right over there, like Manioc or Roxborough, I guess it is, right off of Ridge Avenue.
Yeah.
And then the one in Havertown. 2 great locations. They were awesome. Okay, we got a lot coming up for you in the show. Coming up, Ben Simmons says that players were held accountable. We're going to find out how. Maybe. It's the John Kincade Show, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, it's John Kincade, and my friends at T-Mobile have a spectacular deal right now for the 55 and older crowd. And you're going to want to hear this. How about this? You can get 2 lines of unlimited data for just $70 a month with Netflix included. Taxes and fees included in that price for just $70 a month. It's a fixed rate. That's all you're going to pay. And with Netflix included, you can be streaming all your favorite shows, and you're absolutely going to love being able to constantly be in touch. You know that T-Mobile network, it's the best in the business. So when you're trying to send video to your family, when you're trying to share pictures with your kids out of state, and you just want to be connected at all times, then there's no better company to be with than T-Mobile. And right now, the Magenta Unlimited 55 includes Netflix with 2 lines of unlimited data for just $70 a month. $70 a month, and that's every month, and it's flat. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 or call 1-800-T-Mobile today. With AutoPay, sales tax and regulatory fees are included in rate plan price, keeping it steady. It's unlimited on T-Mobile's network. Customers using over 100 gigs a month may notice reduced speeds during congestion due to data prioritization. Video typically 48E. Receive Netflix standard with 2 lines.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get started with 100 megabits per second internet for just $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. And ask how you can add Comcast Business Security Edge. And for a limited time, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Offer ends 3/28/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second surface customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees are extra and subject to change. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
Hi, this is Anthony Gargano. UFC 259 is this weekend, and DraftKings Sportsbook, the official betting partner of UFC, is putting you in the center of the title fight. Pick either main event fighter to land a punch. That's it. Land a punch during this weekend's UFC's 259 bout. And DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-1 odds. That's right. Bet $1 on either fighter to land a punch. If that happens, you will cash $100. Don't worry. If MMA isn't for you, DraftKings Sportsbook offers great odds and promotions on basketball, hockey, and so much more. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code FANATIC when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 if either main event fighter lands a punch on Saturday. That's code FANATIC for a limited time, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
O'Reilly. This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facility safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Businesses that run like clockwork establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies. Inspect your fire protection systems and devices. Hygienically launder your uniforms. And keep you well-stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence.
Oh, I'm ready.
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? You're probably looking for some fuel treatment. It cleans your fuel system to help your engine run smoother. And that means better gas mileage. Right now, you can get 2 bottles of Lucas Complete Fuel Treatment for just $8, plus a $1 bonus reward if you're an AutoZone Rewards member. Not a member? Don't worry. We can sign you up fast right here or on AutoZone.com. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. Drive-bys is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now with Taco Bell's app, you can build a box filled with your favorites for just $5. Personally, I go with the chalupa.
What? You mean Crunch Wrap Supreme? Plus that beefy 5-layer burrito? And
Perhaps you meant bean burrito, grilled with chips and nacho cheese sauce.
Nah, you got a vibe with cinnamon twists and a Baja Blast.
Eat like you with Taco Bell's $5 Build Your Own Cravings box, exclusively online or with the Taco Bell app. Must make selections from predetermined menu items at limited participating U.S. locations for a limited time online or in the Taco Bell app only. Contact store for prices and participation which vary. Drinks exclude freezes, tax extra.
New Dunkin' Sweet Cold Foam is the perfect way to top the perfect cup of Dunkin' Cold Brew. Give a little lift to every sip with this velvety feeling that you can't top. Try a medium chocolate stout flavored cold brew with sweet cold foam, cold brew with sweet cold foam, or cold brew for $3. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Hello? We just made your listening experience easier. 97.5 The Fanatic is now on radio.com. Radio.com. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Think of this show as your reward for having to listen to all those political ads this past year.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Thanks so much for making the John Kincade Show part of your routine. Those of you who are streaming on the 97.5 The Fanatic app, we see you out there. YouTube, Twitch.tv, we love you. Mike's making sure that everything looks great there. Really nice stuff. Some good work with the graphics, too. He's getting very creative out there. We're all together here. Okay, now it's just you. I'm checking some of the YouTube commentary. And again, Jamie, it seems like everybody's in the same boat as you, is like, duh. Like, John, duh. This is this. But here's what I'm getting here is that it's why would it be would people be offended if a player said, I want to pick where I live. I have the freedom now to pick where I live, decide where I want to work, and I'd like to do that for the first time in my career. Do you really think people are going to be outraged by that?
I think there's a negative view of it. There must be something. Yeah, a lot of these guys are basically like their own business brand. Maybe endorsement. Like, I don't know the snowball effect of endorsements versus turning off fans. Like, a lot of people struggle out there, and you don't really need multimillionaires kind of rubbing your face in it. Not that that's what they're doing, but you're kind of like.
But you'd rather they.
It's just kind of off-putting.
But you'd rather they say to you,
I just view it as,
I want to try to win a championship, and they go to some place that is very far distant from winning a championship.
It's just what it is.
Wow.
Like, I just kind of accepted it because I don't really believe them.
But no.
But I get it. I recognize kind of why they're doing it.
And I realize my naivete.
That's a good word.
But I don't, but Pat, I just don't understand why it would be so hard to hear somebody just say that. Like, is he going to get ripped for it? Because is he not going to get ripped now?
Yeah,
when he chooses...
but his response could be, I wanted to go to Arizona.
That's fine.
I mean, Arizona's beautiful. They just so happen to be the team that paid him the most money.
I love Arizona. I would love to own a piece of property in Arizona. It's a place I'd love to be when I don't have to worry about being in winters. I would love that. But I don't understand why it's something that would be hard to say. I get to choose where I want to work, and I'm going to do it. Instead, give a mythological story of, I'm out here to chase championship. I want to go get that championship while I still got a shot. And the two of the closest teams, Bob, to winning a championship in the NFL both want you desperately. And you just say, nah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I mean, maybe he's thinking, I do want to also, maybe he believes it. Look, J.J. Watt is an unbelievable football player. Maybe he believes he can take that Arizona team over the top. But he's also catering to the fans of Arizona. Saying, look, I'm just coming out here because it's beautiful, and, you try to avoid saying the money stuff.
Yeah.
Well, no, you want the fans to think, like, no, I'm here to win a championship. That's why I'm here.
Is J.J. Watt an amazing football player now?
He's still pretty productive, yeah.
Did he have 4 sacks? Maybe?
Yeah, but like Brandon Graham can have 6 sacks in a season and still have a real impact on the defense. You know what I mean?
I got you. Is Brandon Graham getting $24 million guaranteed at 31, 32 years old?
Not far off. I'd have to look at his contract again, but he got paid.
Because believe me, I love Brandon Graham.
And the
the
other aspect in this is,
Thank you, 97.5.
He might be really tight with DeAndre Hopkins, and DeAndre Hopkins might be like, dude, we're close. He might be giving him the real sales pitch, like, dude, with you here, you could transform the defense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they probably buy into that stuff.
Are they closer than Seattle? No.
Depends what happens with Russell Wilson.
Well, no. If Russell Wilson's there,
yeah,
because Seattle says they're not interested in moving Russell Wilson. They're not interested at all in moving him, and he hasn't asked for a deal, and he's made that now clear twice.
Carson Wentz didn't ask for a deal either, right, John?
Different, though. A different situation.
Come on, he didn't ask for a deal. He just gave the teams he'd be willing to go to.
Are they closer than the Rams?
No.
No.
Well,
Are they
close, but no.
Yeah.
They're not closer than the Rams, and you just added.
We don't know with Stafford.
You put in Stafford for Goff. They were a playoff team.
Yeah, no, they're not as close as the Rams.
They were a playoff team.
They're close.
Arizona couldn't be a playoff team. And then, so neither one of those has got you, and they're not closer than San Francisco. I want to know who their quarterback is.
Well, who's their quarterback?
Correct.
And
they're going to have one.
Seattle might be ahead of Seattle.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I think they're going to be projected to be the fourth place team in their division.
Like, just going, not looking at their schedule and all. Like, they have potential to be 9-7, 10-6.
9-7, 10-6 isn't winning a Super Bowl, though. I mean, it's not the,
the cards fall your way.
Eli Manning did it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yes. Keep throwing the anomaly out there at us. If you wish, share thoughts, 610-632-0975. I love money. I'm obsessed with money. I study money. I read about money. I read Forbes yesterday. I read like 3 articles from Forbes. I love money. I don't understand why more athletes aren't just like, hey, I'm going to take care of my family. I'm going to do it. I'm going to choose where I want to work. And nobody, is instead, everyone's going to be like, you're ring chasing in Arizona? Of all places. More importantly, and 2, Deshaun Watson, get off the hook here. Deshaun Watson literally said, he's got to get out of there in Houston. Got to get out there and got to get someplace where, the organization's not putting him in a position. This is actually from Adam Schefter. I'm reading a thing here. Is that Adam Schefter's the Deshaun Watson camp? This is 2 weeks ago. The Deshaun Watson camp feels the Texans are not putting him in a position to be able to win. So you want to go to the freaking Jets? You literally say, my preference is to go to the Jets, and you talk and you're telling people it's because this organization, Houston's much better than the Jets as an organization. It's not close. It is not close that the Houston organization has been closer than the Jets. The Jets are a dumpster fire organization, and they have been for them. Yes.
I mean,
I have that feeling too.
They're a dumpster fire organization.
But they went to 2 AFC championships. I know it was right.
He's talking about being closer to competing for something.
But the culture is a big part of this.
The Jets' culture is terrible.
It's getting better. They have some young offensive linemen.
Couldn't get worse.
They started a new chapter.
Their culture was terrible this year.
It was.
This year. We haven't seen anything beyond this year. They were the second worst team in football.
But on purpose.
What do you mean purpose, though?
I mean, they were tanking. They were trying to get Trevor Lawrence.
And they messed that up, too.
They
shows how bad the culture is.
And they messed that up.
I mean, I don't know what the culture is, but I would think...
Well, guess what? Don't say you want to...
But the Houston one's bad, apparently.
Okay, but you have a organization that puts his players... Houston's been much more viable. Much more. Last 10, 12 years. Much more viable than the Jets.
Yeah, because they have a quarterback.
And there it is. It's much more viable than what they're at.
Nothing matters without a quarterback. That's the bottom line.
610-632-0975. You want to join us. In the linchpin, how does a coach hold people accountable?
This is the linchpin.
How do they, Jamie?
This kind of sounds stupid.
Well, that's good.
So, it's going to sound like every other linchpin.
Wow.
I like consistency.
Self-deprecating.
I enjoy the consistency of it, though.
Coaches are just salesmen when it comes to holding people accountable, are they not? Nothing really matters unless the player holds themselves accountable. Here's Ben Simmons over the weekend talking about Doc Rivers' impact on the Sixers.
Why is this, though, a better team than that one was?
I think just the chemistry, along with, Doc's come in and he's holding people accountable, which is huge, Every night, guys are showing up. We know what it takes to win that championship. We have a lot of vets who've come in, just won, Danny and Dwight. And we want to win, man.
I believe him. That sounds great and all. But you're dealing with professional athlete grown men. Unless they hold themselves accountable, I mean, all you really are is a snake oil salesman when it comes to accountability, right? Or am I dumbing this down too much?
Explain that. Snake oil salesman accountability.
Well, you can get up to, look, it's all about rings. If you have rings, you get listened to. If you don't, people probably walk all over you. And you're just selling, look, I've won.
Listen to what I'm telling you to do.
It ultimately always falls on the athlete to hold themselves and their teammates accountable.
Sure. I took the way Simmons spoke, I took it that little things aren't getting by without word being said. and he appreciates that. You know what I mean? Like, I think with Brett Brown, it was more of a friendship kind of like, you know,
country club
hey.
atmosphere that everybody talks
Yeah,
about.
and I don't mean that in a bad way, but with Doc, I think Doc pays attention to the littlest of things. So being held accountable might be like, whoa, you know, what are we doing here? And we hear it. We hear it on the broadcast now. You're up 18, they throw a bad pass. Like, yo, guys, let's start thinking out there. Like, I think there's more of that from Doc, and you're right. I think it's the players hold more to it because he has that ring than they did with Brett Brown. I agree with you.
I'm trying to figure out what you said there, though, as far as the Jamie brought up, like the country club atmosphere, which is the way it was sort of described. That
that's what we always heard.
Why is that not a bad thing?
Well,
because
certain players,
I think that's an indictment on the Brett Brown era that there was no accountability.
Yeah,
and you witnessed it. You know what it was like.
See, I go more towards it that Brett Brown was brought here to build the culture more than I thought he was brought here to win games. And the culture being, you know, let's get this practice facility set, let's get all that. You're right. It's not, it is a bad thing. It is a bad thing not to hold players accountable. Some players play better when they're not held accountable on every little thing. Like, John, we see it with kids. If you pick on every little thing they do, you lose them at some point.
Yes.
But sometimes they need every little thing to be pointed out so the bigger story gets gotten. I think that's what happened with Joel Embiid. Look, dude, I've told you 20 times, don't turn your back on the offense when you catch it. I've been around seeing Brett Brown get so frustrated at telling Joel Embiid to do something, and he just wouldn't do it. He does it with Doc Rivers.
Can the coach come into a situation, Jamie, where I'm being brought in to change the culture, like Brett Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being in here. This thing is ground zero, and I'm building something up here. Can they then switch gears and become the guy that then holds everybody accountable?
No.
I don't think they can either.
You have to be consistent, and I guess
whatever
maybe,
you become, sort of is what you become.
I
right?
guess it's like holding the Furkan Korkmazes of the world on the same ground as you do a Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
Right.
Like if you're willing to ride the 13th guy on the bench, you better be willing to ride your superstar.
Brett Brown was a glorified substitute teacher, where when substitute teachers would come into the classroom, you'd have some level of respect because they were a teacher, but you knew you weren't getting any work done that day. You knew you could kind of run amok.
That sounds... That's a little rough on Brett.
Yeah,
Brett Brown.
I think that's a little too harsh.
Because that's demeaning to the guy as if
That was
he's...
just mean.
I mean, what did he do? I mean, we talk about it. He built a culture. What culture did he build?
Well, guess what? They're trying to change the culture he built.
That's what I'm saying.
Appears.
Like,
it does appear.
I'm not talking about... when I say culture, I'm really not talking about on the court stuff.
What are you talking about? Like
I'm talking
atmosphere in the building?
Practice facility, make sure guys are in. Like, look, I was at 8 o'clock practices when they got their asses kicked for the 17th straight night the night before, 17th straight game the night before. And the way those guys played in practice that next morning, it's something that I've never seen before, the way Brett Brown kept those guys engaged to play. Now, look, I hear you on the stuff with Brett Brown, but he did have 3 consecutive, what would have been 50-win seasons. That's not easy to do in the NBA. It's just not.
Well, I was just going to say most of those guys that were playing hard in those games
are gone.
They were playing hard because they're fringe NBA players.
You may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White. This money conversation we had to start the show today, getting a lot of traction here. Rock says...
Great cash, homie.
You mean Mopar?
Mopar.
What's up,
say,
Mo?
Mo?
What do you say, Mopar?
Says Deshaun, media market, Instagram followers, Snapchat, more money earned coming out of the New York market.
Definitely.
Then don't tell me it's about winning a championship.
But because of exactly what Mopar says, he's a business. He's a brand.
Guess what? I love that he's a brand. By the way, I will tell you, Mopar, that is exactly opposite of the Deshaun Watson. And I do not know him personally, but I've observed him since he was a high school kid and then a college kid. That is so opposite what I know of Deshaun Watson. It's so opposite of what I know about him.
Money changes people.
This is a guy. No. But Bob, I swear to you, with Deshaun Watson, I'm telling you, Deshaun Watson is a guy that I think has become even a better person with money.
How about that?
He grew up, for those who don't know, he grew up in the house he grew up in was built by Warwick Dunn.
Yeah.
Of the Atlanta Falcons.
Right.
And he was in one of Warwick does the habitat houses for the single moms.
Yeah, it's amazing what he does.
And Deshaun has taken that work done taking him under wing, and he is such an ambassador for good. He's such an ambassador for good. So it bothers me to ever criticize Deshaun Watson because I absolutely have observed firsthand stuff that this young man's about. And
well, this doesn't make him bad.
No, but it does. The thing is, though, the idea that you can't speak the truth. If you're saying it's about get me out of Houston, it's a bad atmosphere here, and they're not surrounding me with the parts so I can win. And then you're telling me you want to go to an organization that has actually been arguably the biggest dumpster fire in the NFL and a worse situation than Houston was in. And you're telling me that's where you want to go as your primary choice? Your camp saying, hey, he wants to be a Jet. That's disingenuous. That's disingenuous because there are good teams that are interested in him, that would love to have him. There are good organizations that are not dumpster fires.
He could make them good.
The Jets are the worst organization in the NFL.
I think they're turning a corner. Their culture might still stink, whatever. I think roster construction-wise, they're turning a corner.
You mean what you mean to say is that this organization has a chance to be different?
Yes.
We have no idea if they
No, you don't. But if Deshaun Watson's their quarterback, I like their chances.
They got
chances of what?
You can win four. You won 4 games.
Being competitive.
You won 4 games with Deshaun Watson last year with a better roster. You can win. You could lose. You know what? I could win 4 games. You give me Ryan Fitzpatrick on the Eagles, I could go 4-12.
Yeah, that's why I think the Eagles win 5 or 6 this year.
So you could go 4-12. That's it. He's not going to be here. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not going to be here. He's not going to go where he's doing that. But the thing is,
Deshaun's a top 6 quarterback in the league,
and you can win 4 games with Deshaun Watson as your quarterback. Or
I think they win more than 4 with Deshaun Watson as a quarterback.
He won 4 this year.
Houston was a pretty bad team.
Houston wasn't as bad as the Jets.
Well,
Houston wasn't as bad as that.
Jets are young, and they have a lot of draft picks, and they got a young core.
You can win 4 games with or without Deshaun Watson.
I bet you that they'd surprise you a little bit this year if he ends up being their quarterback.
Kevin in Center City joins us. Kevin, good morning. You're on the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic.
What's going on, Jeff?
What are you up to, buddy?
Not much. So with Deshaun Watson, the thing about Deshaun Watson is if you looked at where he's placing, he's really just picking the team that has the coach that he believes in. Like, New York got a new coach, Robert Saleh, that everybody has high expectations for. So it might not just be about money. He's actually looking at the landscape. And I know you can say New York is a dumpster fire, but like Jamie said, they do have a great core. They do have a lot of draft picks, and they do have a coach that everybody believes is going to
What's the great core? Kevin, tell me the great core.
Well, they got Quentin Williams, they got Mekhi Becton, they got a good solid defense that they're building on, and they got draft picks galore.
That's what they do have draft picks. Guess what? Draft picks aren't anything though, Kevin, until they pan out.
Becton's one of the best young tackles in football.
He is. He absolutely is. And I like Quentin Williams.
Yeah,
I like Quentin Williams. I don't consider.
Yeah, they got C.J. Mosley there. He's a solid player.
These aren't stars.
No, but they're solid.
Is there a connection to Robert Saleh that I should know there?
None.
I mean, you're talking about a defensive coordinator for a guy in the other conference.
There's no connection.
Across
the New York market has more to do with it than Saleh.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hey, Flyers Penguins tonight, right here, 7 o'clock on The Fanatic.
Denzel Mims played all right in the last couple games of the year. Eagles could have had him.
Could very well have done that.
Whatever.
It's ridiculous. Bob, March 2nd. It's March 2nd. By the way, do you know we turn the clocks in 12 days?
Oh, is that right?
That made me smile this morning seeing that. We turn the clocks in 12 days.
Nice.
I love give me the extra daylight. It's very dark here.
It's very dark here.
Remember
well, you
this.
Get up at 3:30 in the morning.
No. But remember, is that at the end of the day, I get 51 minutes less sunlight. After being in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's westward. Atlanta
it's so west.
Yeah.
We get, there's 50.
We didn't know you lived in Atlanta.
51 minutes less a day of sun.
That's depressing.
It's too dark. It gets dark. I cannot wait for the clock to.
I like light.
Even
here.
Love light.
Like Jamie and Pat love to dim the lights. You and I like it to be bright. Like when I'm working, I like brightness.
I love the light.
Awake.
If I could sit in the darkness and watch TV all the time, I would.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't stand. I had a buddy who had a man cave. I still have a buddy, and he's listening right now, Ed, that whenever you go over to the man cave, he turns down the lights to watch TV, and it drives me nuts. No, what are you going to hold hands?
What's he going to make out?
Maybe.
No.
Things go well.
I need lights. I don't like bars that are dark. I need light.
Why is this a big day in sports, though? You said it's on the
March
sports
2nd.
calendar.
Maybe it's only me.
It means nothing to me.
It means nothing to me.
Are you serious? I hear March 2nd, and I go right to this spot. Hershey, Pennsylvania. This guy, Will Chamberlain, scored 100 points in 1962, March 2nd.
We weren't born.
To me, that's still an unbelievable accomplishment.
It's not like a day that will live in infamy, is it? I mean,
wow, really?
Yeah,
no, to me, seriously.
Really?
March 2nd every year. The first thing I think of is Will Chamberlain.
Yeah. Immediately, yeah. Well, knowing, but
So when
keep
I
in mind,
put it-
I know Bob, so I mean, looking at the date, you can figure it out. But just because I wasn't born doesn't mean I'm not amazed by it.
I am not putting down.
I know. When you said Hershey, Pennsylvania, I knew immediately where you're speaking.
Yeah.
Because I knew that.
But March 2nd.
But March 2nd has no
March 2nd, 1962 isn't a date that just comes right out to you.
If you said March 2nd, 1962 basketball, I'd be like,
I'll give you one. I
How
will
about
always
that?
hate May 3rd. I will always hate the date May 31st. May 31st is always one of the most hateful days of the year for me.
Why is that?
Because the May 31st, 1987,
Flyers.
we lost in Edmonton, lost the Stanley Cup, and I thought a Stanley Cup ring was going to come across the table. So that May 31st is my least favorite date on the calendar. Least favorite date on the calendar, May 31st, every year.
So
I don't remember dates like this.
February 4th. February 4th is going to always be
you're
one of my
a big
favorites.
numbers guy.
That one I have lost.
February 4th, though, will always be great because of the Eagles. It's a 2-4.
Yeah.
2-4 will always be. I'll never forget 2-4.
Like Philly's interrupted rain World Series game.
What date was that?
Couldn't tell
October
you.
29th.
I thought it was around. I knew it was around Halloween, but I didn't have a date.
You never forget your first.
Wasn't the parade on Halloween?
It was on Halloween.
It
Yeah.
was Friday. Halloween,
But I don't remember
I was
dates
in-
like this
I
at
was
all.
in Jacksonville.
Like Pat probably remembers when he lost his virginity, the date.
It was 2 nights ago.
Congratulations.
So
Thank you.
May 2nd,
So you
1962,
need a
for
test
people
for
out
that
there.
kid, then.
Will Chamberlain scored 100 points in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
What are some single game records that I don't think that'll ever be broken. People talk about, it'll be. Look, Kobe got 80 or some in a game, and it was like that's still almost 20 short. What's
I
a
don't
single game
remember
record in sports that you don't think will ever be broken? Is there one that comes close to matching that? I mean, I think Red Berenson or something had 7 goals in an NHL game or something like that.
I can't think of one. Let's think about that a little bit. If you got one, share it with us. Our YouTube crew, you can share it. And also on social media, too, you can share it. And 610-632-0975. Wow, I can't believe that I'm baffled by that so much. I just don't know dates for individual things.
I'm not a big date guy, but that one, I think my dad must have pounded it in my head.
All right, the missing ingredients in Philadelphia sports. I think there are some. We'll get to it next. It's the John Kincade Show, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic. You know, there are a few things in life that you can count on, but I promise you a bumpy ride appears to be one I'm getting reacquainted with. This winter's been brutal, and it's been brutal on our roads. That's why, with a brand new car just purchased, my wife wanted to make sure that AAA was with me for the ride, because for over 100 years, they're always close, and they never close. 24/7 service, 24/7 peace of mind. And if you're a Flyers fan, here's what I want you to do. Get 50% off by joining today at AAA.com/Flyers. What's great about it is you're a member. It's not tied to your car. So if you were riding in a rental car, or you were riding in someone else's car, and you were just a passenger, you can still have the great benefits of AAA. And they've got those great car care centers all over the Delaware Valley, too. 24/7 service. And right now, Flyer fans, 50% off at AAA.com. I have to drive on City Avenue, which is an absolute disgrace, unmitigated disaster. I'm glad AAA is along for the ride. This is for new members only. Other restrictions apply. See the website for details. Tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Well, if you're planning on hiring a lawn care service, doesn't it make sense to hire a company that provides better results and is safer for your family and pets? That's why I chose Natural Lawn of America. That's my lawn care company. Natural Lawn provides homeowners with greener grass and fewer weeds using an exclusive organic-based lawn care product. Now, this isn't a cookie-cutter lawn care service. Natural Lawn tailors their applications to your lawn-specific needs. And their unique approach to lawn care has reduced chemical pesticide use by 85%, creating a safer lawn for your family and pets to enjoy. Locally owned and operated for more than 30 years right here in the Delaware Valley, I trust my lawn to Natural Lawn, and you should too. Get the results you want and the peace of mind you deserve. Take advantage of their limited time offer. Schedule Natural Lawn's full service program and you'll get free seeding every year. That's right, free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. That's 800 FREESEED for my lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
Every player matters, and finding the right person can make all of the difference. After Dwight Howard chose Orlando over New Jersey, the Nets turned their sights to Portland and completed a trade for small forward Gerald Williams. The trade included sending Mamadou Core Sean Williams and a first-round pick to Portland. That first-round pick, the 6th overall, turned into Damian Lillard. Lillard went on to win the Rookie of the Year and is a 5-time NBA All-Star.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
As the basketball season rolls along, teams are already identifying the missing pieces they need to make a championship run. If your business needs some fresh new talent, LinkedIn Jobs can help. Post a job with targeted screening questions, and LinkedIn will quickly get your role in front of qualified candidates. Manage job posts and contact candidates from a single view as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive Motorcycle presents Road Wisdom from the Motor. You grab life with both hands, and you grab your bike with both hands. Therefore, bike is life. Figuratively speaking. Progressive Motorcycle also presents Roadside Assistance. Progressive Motorcycle, for those who were born to ride. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
O'Reilly. Trust the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your car. Like 5 quarts of O'Reilly full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard filter, just $26.99. Extend the life of your vehicle and improve performance with a synthetic oil change. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Why would I quit my 9-to-5 to start a 9 to who knows when gaming company? Or eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Oh, I gotta get that. How could my favorite tech be an app that helps run my business? No offense, smartphone. None taken. Or fill my garage with enough servers to power a small country? It's because I wanted to make it big in gaming. And QuickBooks suite of tools helped me get there.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful. Learn more at QuickBooks.com.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
Yo! March Markdown! 300 Jeep
It's cheap. Gary Barbera's bigger, better, better. Rugged Jeep Grand Cherokee. From just $16,666. Ho, ho, ho. No dealer in America buys from the factory for less than Barbera. $16,666. March Markdown. One more time for the money, honey. You do anything, go anywhere. High, wide, and handsome Jeep Grand Cherokee. $16,666. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
You guys hear me talk about BetMGM all the time, so get off the sidelines, get in the game, grab your piece of the action with BetMGM. Sign up using code PatEgan600, and your first bet is totally risk-free up to $600. Register now, and you'll also gain access to BetMGM's innovative parlay features, which is my favorite feature on the site, live betting options as well, daily specials, and much more. The March matchups in college hoops are right around the corner. There's plenty of exciting stuff going on in pro basketball and hockey. Baseball is right around the corner. There's simply not a better time than right now to download the BetMGM app or go to BetMGM.com. And when you do, don't forget, enter the bonus code PatEgan600 to get back up to $600 in free bets on your first wager. Make every game and every play mean so much more with the king of sportsbooks. Now, this is a new customer offer only, and it's paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Oh, Egan. One of my favorites. 7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. Brought to you by the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. One of my favorites also. A winner last night. Laying the points on the Sixers. So,
just
March 1-0.
Nice.
1-0.
No parlay for John last night.
No, I've given up parlays for March, for the month of March. Parks Casino Sportsbook app is fun. Download at parkscasino.com/PA and use promo code Fanatic. Get a risk-free bet up to $500. Before I get into the 7 o'clock hour discussion here, I want to take everybody behind the scenes a little bit because there's a discussion going on social media about it that I inserted myself into I was tagged on. OB from New Jersey.
OB the PD, we call him.
Saying, why is John Kincade so taken aback that a pro athlete disguised a money grab is a championship chase? I want players to tell the truth too, but I don't expect it. And I'm certainly not surprised when they don't. Okay, I understand your point of view. We agree on the point of view. Question is that do you not understand that at some point, why do we just accept the bullshish? Why do we just accept it? Now, Joe chimes in and he says, we need someone to be the opposition on a panel of 4. And as I said to him, I said, contrived debate is the worst debate. We do not discuss our positions before discussing anything. Sometimes we agree. On this, we certainly don't. We don't agree. I don't think we agree on this stuff. I think you guys told me I was flat out naive.
Yeah, and you are.
And I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that. And then Joe goes, well, Cooney's Corner and the Lynchpin are discussed prior, right? And I said, no, never.
Just the subject matter.
We just got done saying I gave a date out, and you guys didn't know what the date was. How's it discussed prior?
I said, nope, never. They tell the producer what the subject matter is. That's Coach. And we never discuss content before getting into it. Because you see, what I think Joe's gotten conditioned to is typical sports radio. All right, I'm going to take this side of an argument, and you take this side, and then we're going to take 500 calls on it for like 3 hours. Joe, that's not how it's done. You can actually have we don't do that here. We're doing something different. Hopefully people will like it. We're not doing the typical, well, let's throw out we're going to, all right, you're taking this stance, I'm taking this stance, and then we're going to take calls for 3 hours on the same topic. Not doing it.
We do have Mount Rushmore coming up in the 8 o'clock hour,
Yeah, we don't do that either. Come on, Pat. Must have been a leftover memo.
Let me check the Twitter poll.
Check it on out there. And check the Twitter poll, would you? All right, 7 o'clock hour. See, we don't do that either. And thanks to everybody on YouTube and Twitch. We appreciate it. Hello, everybody. All right, sometimes it's hard to put your finger on what holds a team back from winning. Yes, roster construction and coaching play big parts in keeping a team from reaching their full potential. But you have to take the front office out of it, GMs, owners, and coaches out of it. What is the biggest problem? It can be a player or a position group that is worthy of blame and potentially holding back all of our 4 major teams from winning a championship. What is that glaring weakness? I believe I know what the missing ingredient is for each of the 4 major sports teams. So I've written it down. But I wonder how much we can get consensus on as far as what's holding them back. Leave Howie Roseman out of it. We all agree, right? Everybody in the room. Howie Roseman, big problem. Okay, leave Howie out of it. We're talking about no GMs, no coaches, no owners. Look at the roster. What would hold them back from winning a championship? And that's where we begin the 7 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. So, Bob, if I gave you the Sixers, I've written down something that I think is the major thing that's keeping them from being truly what I would believe is a title contender.
Okay.
I want to hear yours, and I want to see if I match with any one of you.
All right, so for the Sixers, when you gave this, mine was more general. If you want me to get more specific.
You can get to a position. It can be a position, by the way. It doesn't have to be one player. It can be a position group. It can be something.
I had bench scoring.
You have bench scoring.
I had second unit vet score.
So you have second unit vet score.
I have the same thing as Jamie, actually.
Yeah, so all 3 of us are the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a...
Are you going to do the contrived thing and agree with us or disagree with us?
I'm going to contrive it better. I'm going to read exactly what I've written is, there is a Curry in the starting lineup.
Well, if he gets moved to the second unit, that's
not happening.
But if you get a piece that knocks him out, that solves our problem.
So you believe... That, to me, is the biggest problem. If Seth Curry is a starter, I think that's... shows that your starting 5 isn't championship.
Yeah, we said we talked about that a little bit yesterday.
I think it kind of is, you guys,
John.
or not?
Well, if you get a piece that knocks Curry to the bench, it solves our problem.
But does it solve your problem?
I think so. Seth Curry's the kind of ilk player you need on that second unit.
I think you need a shooter on that second unit. Shake Milton is a scorer. Furkan Korkmaz is what he is, hot and cold, whatever. I think you need a legitimate shooter, yes, with that second unit.
I'll tell you right now, I thought of Steph Curry immediately when this question was posed, but I went with the mindset of Jamie where, okay, well, if they get a better option, then Steph goes to
Seth.
Jeez.
Steph plays
God,
for the
if we
other
had
team.
Steph, we'd be
I don't
really
watch
happy.
basketball, guys,
We'd be
but I
really
agree
happy.
with all of you.
No, but I mean, to me, it's Seth Curry but then, so we sort of have the same answer, but
I think we do in a roundabout way, John.
I want to know who you do guys have at 610-632-0975.
Kind of rude of Dell to name both of his kids with an S and an E, like an E right there.
A lot of parents do those pretentious things.
It's really
like
close. It's easy to trip up. It's rude, Dell.
It's like, let's name the kids Duffy, David, and Darlene.
But Mrs. Curry, what's
We're
up?
going to use all the D names. All right. All right, give it to me.
Hey, now. Breakfast,
I was just
Bobby.
talking, well, next to her, I should say.
Breakfast with Steph
Same
Curry's
table.
wife doesn't in any way get
Not
a
even
name
close.
dropper?
Not even close.
I swear to you.
Keep it moving.
Breakfast dropper? I mean, come on now.
No, I
Okay.
just interviewed her husband, so
Eagles.
it's just a natural.
See?
Now, that's something
Yeah,
that
that's
maybe
my
I'd
job.
consider.
Wait a minute.
No.
I've interviewed
I was a
people-
minion.
Wait a minute. I've interviewed
No,
people
don't do
doing
it.
my job, and I get name
Well,
dropper.
like who?
I get anybody. I could say Jimmy Fallon.
Name dropper.
I can say, what's Jimmy Kimmel?
Name dropper.
Kim Kardashian.
Name dropper.
See?
Name dropper.
You get that.
I
Doesn't
didn't.
get that.
I didn't
All
say
right,
a
give
name.
me-
How's Kim K in person?
What she wasn't. She was not in person.
Soon to be single.
She was on. Yeah, she's gonna be single.
Yeah, Jamie.
We're represented.
So-
We're the same representation. So maybe we all get represented by the Kardashians.
Yeah, all right.
Why don't we
I'm
just
in.
become a coalition and just get that? Eagles. I want to do Eagles quickly.
Okay. Eagles, to me, it's, again, a generality, but depth.
You got to be. You got to.
Okay, more specific?
Yeah, you got to give either position group or a player.
Okay. I'll go wide receivers.
I have it's multi-positional home run hitter.
No, you got to. It's got to be a position group or a player.
But they don't have playmakers.
Oh, my God. Just say offensive or defensive playmaker.
Offensive playmaker. And they don't have defensive ones either.
I wrote talent, too, because they're so devoid of talent.
This is where we should talk about these. I said position group. You can say like a position.
Yeah, I'll go
wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
The problem is they all suck.
Wide receiver.
I'll go quarterback.
That's not bad. That was my second answer.
That's my second answer.
I have my 1A as QB.
Wide receiver was your one,
Wide
John?
receiver number one. Wide receiver in capital letters.
Yeah.
I capitalized.
Jamar Chase.
Mike in North Jersey joins us. Mike, good morning. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, guys. Just back to the Sixers. I think the missing part is leadership. Specifically, I think Kyle Lowry. Unfortunately, I think he might be a year or 2 or 3 years too late.
Well, it is too late, but again, that's not a position group. That's not a player. So you're saying you need Kyle.
A leadership point guard, yeah.
Okay. A leadership point guard. Bob, I mean, Mike in North Jersey seems like he knows what he's talking about with hoops.
Well, he's specifically saying Kyle Lowry. So basically he's saying Kyle Lowry and then dumbing it down a little bit to say leadership point guard, right?
I tell you, I am absolutely not in. I will be the one. I think I'm the one voice on the radio station. The only one that is not all in on the Kyle Lowry, acquire Kyle Lowry.
But if Lowry's here, he becomes your 2 and Curry goes to the bench. And
I got you.
Holy hell.
I am not because of the reported according to the Jump yesterday, 5 or 6 teams would be in on Kyle Lowry. The price is going to be too high. Price is going to be too high. 5 or 6 teams are in on Kyle Lowry.
Well, he's a contender only push in, right?
And does it make you does it get you a parade? I don't believe it does.
I think it increases your chances big time.
Guess what? Does it make you a better team than the day before? I will not argue that with you.
Right.
But does it get you by the Nets necessarily? I don't know.
But if you're already a 1 seed now without him, he makes you better.
I've seen 1 seeds. What do we say? 1 seeds once in the last 6 or 7 years have gone to the finals? 6 years, I think it is. Once in 6 years have gone to the finals in the East. I don't care about the regular season 1 seeds.
Yeah,
I just don't.
He interests me. I need eye glare or whatever you call that.
Yeah,
stuff.
what is that? Why all of a sudden is that?
It's like it's 7:10 every day. If the sun comes up, it goes right into a window that comes right into my face.
See, when we turn the clocks back, this will happen to you at 8:10. It'll happen to you at 8:10.
Right.
Yeah, it goes
spring forward.
Spring forward.
Right, yeah.
Instead of being 8.
my mind just went into I don't know. Kyle Lowry, I hear what you're saying,
wow.
John. But I don't worry about return. Like
I do.
Yeah,
I love it. Guess what? I like the Sixers roster.
Yeah,
as far as the youth and the balance, I think you've got right now. I think they have the deepest roster in the East.
Mike Scott, Furkan Korkmaz, first rounder.
Wait a minute, you're not getting that for that because you got to get up Green. You got to give up.
Yeah,
Green
I guess you got to give up
Green's necessary for the money to
Mike
match.
Scott, seriously,
Mike Scott's nothing.
Yeah, but that'll throw. No, I don't have any obsession at all. But there's money there that you have to throw away.
It's like $5 million if you needed to balance some books.
Correct. Right. You're just throwing it away. By the way, you want to get in with us again, 610-632-0975. Elaine Vigneault joins us at 8:40. You'll hear the discussion right here. Hey, AV. That's very good. In the linchpin, I'm just going to tell you this. If you're in the linchpin, how long would a hotel have to be proven safe for you? I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't either.
This is where exactly. I hope Joe's listening. I have no idea what the hell this linchpin's about, but I can't wait for it. I've been waiting for it.
This is the linchpin.
I'm not even teasing it. I wrote a crazy tease. I'm not going to do it. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
So this one caught my eye last night. Space fascinates me. I'm not alone there. I think it does a lot of people. And, we're not alone in this world.
So going to space.
Yeah.
We're not alone in this world.
No chance.
Oh, you're talking about going to the sound stage where they film a lot of the space. I'm just wondering.
Wow.
People that say they've been to space say it's such a high, it's hard to match again once you're back on amongst us commoners on the world. So there's a company that by 2027 might be launching a low orbit Earth hotel. So work is due to start on the world's first space hotel in low Earth orbit in 2025, and it will come equipped with restaurants, a cinema, spa, and rooms for up to 400 people. It's developed by the Orbital Assembly Corporation, the OAC. The Voyager station could be operational as early as 2027.
The OAC?
Yeah.
I used to live in OAC. That was my neighborhood.
With the infrastructure built in orbit around the Earth. The space station will be a large circle and rotate to generate an artificial gravity that will set similar standards to the gravity found on the surface of the moon. Now, let's remove money being an object. Let's all pretend like we live like the Lynches of Montgomery County, where you can just fly to the moon whenever you want.
And J.J. Watt.
Yeah, exactly. If money isn't an object, how long would it take for you to visit said hotel? I would need a year of it being proven safe and sustainable and nobody dying before I went up. I think a year was a good watermark for me personally. I'm curious where the rest of my colleagues stand on this.
I would need, give me 50 years, so that way I know I'm freaking dead. Because there ain't any way. I can't go on one of the rides at Disney World now.
Space Mountain?
No, I can't do I can do
Tower
Space
of
Mountain.
Terror?
I cannot do the stupid teacups anymore.
The spinning.
Oh.
I can do the Bob in the half sunlight is really funny. Bob's like a spy coming in, like telling him. I can't do the teacups at Disney anymore.
Oh, so you're out altogether.
I take Dramamine. I can do roller coasters that are tight, like really tight roller coasters, like Everest, where you're caged.
Yeah,
I can do those. But I take Dramamine when we're walking into the park. I do the dissolved Dramamine.
Oh wow!
So I can. Hell no. I'm not in on it.
Yeah, liftoff might bother me. I like my feet on the ground. I'm good. I don't
really.
I'm good. Yeah,
Egan.
Yeah,
help me out here
real quick before I get my answer. Can we get an answer? Are you a moon landing conspiracy theorist guy?
Mm-hmm.
You've brought it up a few times. Every time the moon gets brought up, you bring it up.
I don't. Let's put it this way. I'm hearing a yes. No. I am not a dissenter, but I absolutely can understand some of the theories where people say that they do dissent.
Okay.
How about this? I can understand that there are some things that I've always been baffled by.
Okay. Connor, make the tinfoil hat.
Like the flag waving. The flag waving in zero gravity.
To answer Jamie's question,
boy.
No shot in hell am I going on that.
What?
None.
0 for 3.
Now, the views would be cool. And
No
space,
interest.
it does fascinate me. Like, I got up in the middle of the night a year ago just because you could see the space station.
Really?
Go past, yeah. At my house, I got in my backyard, and like Cecily Tynan told me when to do it. So I got up, went outside. I took pictures and sent
You
it
just
to
cheated on Adam.
Well, it was nighttime. So
They're a
Cecily
team,
was
John.
on.
Don't divide them.
But so space does fascinate
Bob's
me.
team Adam.
That's
Don't let
true.
him fool you.
I was part of this, as JFK, I was part of the space era.
It's amazing,
Putting it all together.
Like, remember, JFK said, Egan, that we would put a man on the moon by the end of end of the decade.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
And they did it like 3 months before the end of the decade. They got in after his death. They managed to sneak it in there.
They didn't plan it at all.
So
They
did
snuck
he.
it in.
It's amazing.
I think I got
often.
one. I got one on my team.
You got one.
Coach said he would do it.
You and I
Yeah?
could be roomies. I'm there an hour ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm there.
How long would it have to be safe for you?
It doesn't.
You would go on the first launch?
Yeah. I'm fascinated by space and absolutely.
I'm a simpleton in some ways. I can tell you very much so I'm a simpleton. But I would tell you that I'm not fascinated at all by space.
I think one of the coolest ways to die would be floating through gravity in space.
Having the time of his life.
Just like go off.
Well, you die immediately.
What the hell's wrong with you?
You would die immediately.
Yeah,
You
like pretty
wouldn't
quickly.
see
But
it.
let's pretend
No,
you
die
live for like
immediately.
2 minutes.
Here's what I'm going to do for you guys.
Floating through space? I think that's a cool way to go.
I have the VR goggles, the Oculus goggles.
Oculus Prime or
I
whatever.
have
Yeah,
the
they're pretty
Oculus
cool.
ones. And one of the things that I have on there, one of the apps, is the International Space Station app.
Oh, you got to bring that in one day.
And when you put this thing on, you would swear that you are in space.
Oh, Coach, you got to bring it in.
I'm going to bring them in tomorrow.
He also bought the 1995 Fort Lauderdale spring break one on the Oculus, which is a good one. I would tell you this. If you're driving less, you could be saving more on car insurance. Save money with pay-per-mile insurance from Allstate. Call a local Allstate agent and get a quote today. I
can't believe we got 3 no's.
I got to tell you this. The idea you said hotel.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't even understand sort of where that was all going to go. But I love travel. I love travel experiences, but I sort of like traveling. I'm like the serial killer thing where they'd be able to kill me so easily. I like going to the same places where I know I am going to get a first class experience, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, okay. So trying new things at new places
is not always my thing. My mom left.
I'm kind of that way.
My mom, in her will, left my wife money for a dream vacation to take your husband on the dream vacation that you've always wanted to go on, and you are going to do it on, and my mom's paying for it.
So Christina, 5 years from now, says to you, we're going to space, dude.
No, we're going to Italy. I think Italy is.
You might be going to space.
I think she's choosing Italy and something else. She's going to.
But they're going to have an Italy up in space.
Italy. I don't like those.
I've never been. I just
there's an Italy in Chicago that I used to go to a lot.
Do you have something that you wanted to tell the people about with those great people from PropSwap?
Yeah, I mean, our trip to the moon and to our fake space orbit is brought to you by PropSwap. It's Hoops Madness time on PropSwap.com. List your sports bet for sale. Up to thousands of buyers are there for your taking. Make it some easy profit. Go to PropSwap.com today and download the app.
By the way, JD, one of our fine family of YouTube viewers, has said, Pat, you're out.
I'm out of what?
You're not going to be making the trip to the space station anyway because you wouldn't be tall enough for the ride.
Oh, no, that's accurate.
Man, that's harsh.
Wait. That's not true. Because they put a monkey in space. And the monkey was about as tall as me.
Well, it's one of my gripes.
So bite me, JD.
Yeah, but wait a minute, though.
Wow.
But the monkey beat you in the intelligence test.
That's fair point.
Yeah?
So
what's a monkey sound
That's
like?
a point.
That's one of the things that pissed me off. Tom Cruise couldn't be Top Gun.
By the way, have you seen this Tom Cruise impersonator that's going around on TikTok?
No.
It's frightening.
Really?
Hell.
Really?
It's scary.
Really? Tom Cruise couldn't be Top Gun.
You have to be like 5'10" or 6 foot.
He doesn't meet the specifications to be Top Gun.
Really? He is very short.
But he was a hell of a maverick.
Really short.
Really short.
But is he couldn't even be. That kind of stuff bothers me a little bit. Like the tallest.
Really?
If you're casting a movie, it's sort of like what I told you. With Batman can't be.
Michael Keaton was the best Batman.
No, he can't be Batman.
He was, and he was the best one ever.
I am Batman.
That's literally called acting.
Yes, but you can't.
You're describing acting, pretending.
Part of Batman is the physical intimidation. Batman walks in a room. Batman's not walking in there with guns and everything like that. He's going in there and he's kicking in there and he's gonna chew some gum and he's gonna kick some ass.
I watched Joe Pesci, who's about my size, be intimidating. If he can,
Guess
so
what?
can Michael Keaton.
In the mob movies, they are intimidating because they have guns behind them. They'll have you killed.
Not in Casino. He just had his foot.
Yeah, he was just a foot. He'll have you killed.
He's like a 5th degree black belt. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's intimidating.
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
God,
best Batman. Way to go, Michael Keaton.
Now you tell me Christian Bale.
Came a long way from Night
Christian
Shift.
Bale, I get it. Christian Bale was good. I get it.
He's probably the second best.
I don't get it on the other one. I just don't get it on that one. All right, coming up, the Bob Cooney thinks he may have been short-sighted. And I know I got to get to the eye doctor. So, I mean, I could be short-sighted too. Who knows? We'll find out next. It's the John Kincade Show, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic. You've heard us talking about this, but I want you to get registered. Go to the 97.5 The Fanatic contest page and click on Hockey in Your Sockies from Coors Light and 97.5 The Fanatic. One lucky Flyers fan wins an outdoor Flyers viewing party package that includes an outdoor projector and big screen to safely watch the Flyers games outside with your friends, custom-made Coors Light Flyer socks and onesies so you can watch in style. Everything you need to keep your spirits up to, how about $1,000 in cold, hard cash, like plenty of cold Coors Light that you can purchase, the only beer literally made to chill. Get the idea? All you have to do is go right now and register at 975thefanatic.com and click on the Hockey in Your Sockies giveaway. It's absolutely awesome. How about grabbing some cold Coors Light? Enjoy Flyers hockey. It's the ultimate giveaway right now. The Hockey in Your Sockies package, presented by Coors Light, an official partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. Coors Light, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Connecting in front, they score! What a setup to Giroux!
Flyers, Penguins, tonight at 7 on your home for Flyers hockey. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Flyers hockey is brought to you by Coors Light, proud partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-333-1750. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get started with 100 megabits per second internet for just $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. And ask how you can add Comcast Business Security Edge. And for a limited time, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Offer ends 3/28/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second service customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees are extra and subject to change. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
Guys, are you making too many nighttime bathroom trips? For years, we've been shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to men all over the country to prove its ingredients can reduce those constant urges to pee. But there are still guys who are missing out because they don't want to swallow another tablet every day. You asked, we listened. And now there's Super Beta Prostate Advanced Chewables. All of the same prostate-supporting ingredients, now in an easy natural berry-flavored chewable. And yes, it's still free. No strings attached. You only pay shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-494-2109. Don't be fooled by other formulas. Super Beta Prostate is urologist recommended and a best-selling brand at Walmart. Be one of the first to try a 30-day supply of our new chewables, free, and reduce the urges to pee. Call 1-800-494-2109. 1-800-494-2109. 1-800-494-2109.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are astute observation.
He found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone? Yes, Sergeant!
Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Hey, what do you want to da-da-da? I don't know. What do y'all think we should da-da-da? Well, what did we do yesterday? Yesterday. All the dolls feel like the same doll these days. I know. Like, is today Monday or Tuesday? Today is Thursday. Oh, no, I forgot to call my mom on her birthday. Oh, no. No.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird. But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. That won't change. Not today or any day.
Quote today at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades and built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty for a performance like no other. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 straight years. And right now, don't miss out on all the great offers on the entire lineup of Ford trucks. Go to buyfordnow.com, then get to your local Ford store. Best-selling claim based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total savings.
I'm 1-0 in the month of March. Yeah, I'm bragging. The Parx Casino Sportsbook app. I'm addicted. I love it. It's fun. It's a good way to entertain yourself while you're watching the games. Watching last night, that local basketball team in action, it's fun. Little in-game parlays, anything like that you want to do. I'm on an anti-parlay move for the month of March, so I just won a straight bet last night on the local basketball team. Props, parlays, teasers, you can do it all. I love the fact that the in-game wagering that's available for the Parx Casino Sportsbook app reminds me a lot of playing daily fantasy. And guess what? You can cash in. You know, you can get a risk-free bet up to $500. Download the app or go to parxcasino.com/PA. Use promo code FANATIC. That's parxcasino.com/PA. Use the promo code FANATIC. Your risk-free bet could be refunded in site credit. See the website for details. Bet with Pennsylvania's home team sports betting app. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No mindless poll questions, no survey radio. It's called Show Prep
on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Ryan makes me laugh this morning. He says, I absolutely believe you now that you guys didn't prep that hotel segment.
I'm shocked you three are all cowards.
I'm absolutely a coward. No, I'm absolutely a coward.
I thought Bob definitely would have been in.
The scenery entices me, but getting there
Going
does
somewhere
not.
where nobody else has really been?
No.
I've done that before.
No.
Oh, man.
Not. I do not have a... It's so weird because on issues like where I have to read, I'm incredibly inquisitive. If I hear something, I heard something on CNBC yesterday about the markets. They threw out a term. I did not understand the term. I spent 20 minutes then reading three articles about the term that I didn't understand.
What was the term?
It was a cost indexing something.
Okay.
Dividend.
Something along those lines. No. Yeah. And so I read about it to try to go, okay, now I understand what he's saying. So, and the whole idea is that get back in the market soon.
Okay.
Get back in the market soon. Don't put it off. But the idea to me is that I have a very inquisitive mind about stuff like that. You want me to go explore? I have zero inquisitive mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think
none.
Well,
I have none.
I think travel, and unfortunately everybody can't do it as much, is the best way to learn. Like experience. Like for me, I could read about ancient Rome in a grade school, high school textbook, and it's like, yeah, words. But when I go and walk and see and experience, I'll take stuff from that way more than any words I ever read.
I'm going to be going to do it.
I think it's the best way to learn.
That's what Christina's pretty much picked Italy for the trip that Betty will be sending us.
No, you got to go to
That's-
Kincade.
That's my next destination is
Italy?
Abroad is Italy, yeah.
It's amazing.
At first I thought it was either, Ireland, of course, Irish Catholic, Ireland, Scotland, but the older I get, I want to go to Italy first.
I want to go see the Kincade Castle in Scotland.
That'd be cool.
Is it next to the Lynch Castle?
No,
I
the
have
old
no idea. It's
the
the
old
Kincade
Lynch
Castle.
Castle in Galway is a Bank of America now.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You did have a castle in Galway.
Well, not me.
Well, he has a Bank of America. He has a Bank of America now.
My sister went, and it
I
was
had
a Bank of America.
various listeners
It's like,
in Atlanta who did the Scotland trip that went to Kincade Castle and
that's cool.
And took pictures and showed it. And then in the last Bond movie, it might have been the last one or the one before. The Kincade Castle was the guy. This keeper of the castle was Kincade. His character was Kincade.
There's a Cooney's Pub in Ireland. That's all I have.
Cooney's Pub, baby.
Yeah. My dad went to it when my brother, they went over. There was a Cooney's Pub. He sat down, ordered a pint. A guy sat down next to him. They started talking.
He was a Cooney?
Was he a Cooney also?
He was the owner, and they had the same first name. They were both
that's
two
great.
Tom Cooney sitting there having a beer together.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's cool,
really
isn't
cool.
it?
That is absolutely awesome. When Bob Cooney asks if he's short-sighted, especially about the Sixers, I'll listen.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
Well, this was written before last night's game, that's for certain.
I know it.
Last
yes.
night's game where they scored 67 points off the bench. But I was thinking about it all day yesterday, and it's not all day, but it's kind of a concern for me, and I have another concern I'm going to bring up later. But this is what you do when a team's close. You can't be satisfied. You got to nitpick. You have to find the things that have to be gotten better in order for the team to get to the place where you want to go. And I started thinking about the Sixers bench yesterday, and it's something that we've talked about a lot. Early on in the season, I was like, I really like this bench, and I still do like the 8 or 9 players when they're all healthy that consist of the starting 5 and the 3 or 4 subs. But man, you're relying on a second-year guy in Shake Milton, really. A guy who didn't really even come on until the second part of last season. You're relying on a Matisse Thybulle, who I love defensively, but still only a second-year guy. A Furkan Korkmaz, who,
Stop right there. We shouldn't be relying on him at all.
Yeah, I mean, is Tyrese Maxey, they said it on the...
He's not going to be in the playoff rotation.
Well, it's funny. I thought, and I said that to you since the beginning of the year, but Ala Abdelnaby came out with something last night saying they're looking to grow his minutes off the bench. It was a slight thing that he said, but it caught my ear because he probably heard it from somewhere among the team. So, like, am I being short-sighted and thinking, okay, this bench is all right, but in reality, you're relying on really, really young guys.
Problem is, Bob, is that you've just made something that makes my ears perk up. You've just made the case that sort of plays off what I said yesterday. Why is everybody so freaking 2021? We got to make a move. Got to make a move. You've just made the case for 2021 to be a great year for the development of this organization, and the roster's set where this team's going to be able to be set up for years to come. This is going to be a great experience, 2021. That's why I do not believe I don't understand the desperation for Kyle Lowry
because
he's not going to push you over the top to have a parade.
Well, that's where we disagree on that.
A parade.
Move.
Kyle Lowry gets you a parade.
I mean, nothing's a guarantee, but he sure as hell makes you a better chance of getting it. I think you can.
He makes you a better chance.
You can title chase and still keep the few. They're at a great point right now where they have a couple young pieces. They have some expiring money. You can push in for the championship while still keeping the future bright. Look, it's a grown man's league. And what you just said makes the case that you need that veteran guy on the second unit that can give you scoring. Korkmaz isn't going to get you 19 a night. I don't even want to rely on him in the playoffs at all.
Right. I'm totally with Jamie on this. And looking at where Kyle Lowry would be coming from, Toronto, I didn't think that they were a championship team when they traded for Kawhi, and they proved me wrong. So I think he drastically improves your chances. You have to trade some pieces like a Mike Scott and a Danny Green.
I'm not worried about those two.
But my point is that frees up roster space for you to go attack the veteran buyout market. Kyle Lowry is very well respected. Bringing Kyle Lowry in would, I think, make it more enticing for veterans who've been bought out to come here.
And this could make you feel better, John. Of the names that I said coming off the bench, like, oh man, are you really relying on that? Maybe you can get a Kyle Lowry without any of them being affected, without any of them going.
If that could be done, if you're telling me you're just getting no use Mike Scott out of here.
And Danny Green.
And Danny Green out of here, and you're giving up draft picks. I am in.
Okay.
I'm totally in. But I'm not in when you're giving away young pieces that I believe are going to be part of your future.
Yeah.
And that make you the deepest roster in the East. I'm
yeah,
just
but
not in on
I don't know if you technically can be the deepest with that much youth on your bench. Like, I love Shake Milton. I've been screaming.
Well, who's the deeper roster in the East then? You'd have to tell me the deeper roster in the East.
I mean, I still think the Nets, they're not incredible.
Deeper roster?
Like, Joe Harris as a fourth option is better than what the Sixers have as a fourth option.
Not bad point. Bad point.
I love Shake. I've been screaming free Shake for 3 years. But you need to have an insurance policy on Shake, and that's a veteran scorer that can offset a down night from him. It was good to see him back last night. It looked like he had his legs.
This is very intriguing because here's where it bothers me, though, Bob, is that I sort of like, my ears perk up when Bob Cooney talks Sixers and talks basketball, my ears perk up. It's like a little extra like, okay, I'm going to learn something I don't know. Am I sensing doubt?
Well, it's how I kind of prefaced it. Look, even though you're a number one seed, you can't be satisfied.
Well, I agree with that.
It's what pissed me off about the Eagles winning a Super Bowl and then not addressing their secondary, right? I still think this bench can be better. I mean, it has to be better in order for them to be a number one seed in the East. In order for them to have a legitimate shot at a championship, I think it has to be better. And I swear to God, it's so weird. I have one leg on Jamie's side and one leg on your side. I don't want to get rid of a boatload of young talent either.
But I'm fine if you can get them cheap.
I'm cool with Kyle Lowry, real cool with Kyle Lowry.
But it's not Lowry or bust for me either.
No, I hear you on that. Victor Oladipo.
Oladipo intrigues me some just because he's expiring, not going to cost you a ton. But like somebody like George Hill, I think brings, that's a veteran ball handler scorer on a second unit. He'd be great. There's other options out there. They're going to improve this team.
I don't think Kyle Lowry is really going to cost you as much as you might think. I mean, looking at past trade deadlines.
I said to you the jump. Now I'm going.
If his market's dry, like you think,
they're saying 6 teams that could be in on Kyle Lowry.
I'd be surprised by that.
Yeah, and that's on the jump, which is the show that what's his name's on? LeBron's valet.
Windy.
Windhurst.
Yeah, I'd be surprised at 6 teams too, just because we looked at it, right? We looked at.
Yeah, I was thinking like,
and
where
it didn't
would
really
he,
make sense. But like looking at the last trade that the Sixers made to really bring in talent was Tobias Harris. But that was different because Tobias Harris wasn't an aging player. That was a first, a second, and Landry Shamet. So there you go. Young guard, first round pick, second round pick. Take out Maxey, I'd do that for Lowry.
Ashley Banfield talks with newsmakers and the guests that you want to see on her new interview show, Banfield, weeknights at 10 on News Nation.
You know a name that tickles my fancy?
Ashley Banfield?
No.
Oh.
Ashley Banfield's a good name.
Yeah, it's a good name. Quality.
And she's got great glasses.
You know what tickles my fancy a little bit?
Yes.
Great glasses.
If it was cheap enough, Lonzo Ball.
I can't see that being a departure.
I also can't see Doc
on New Orleans parts.
I can't see Doc wanting to.
He's on last year with an option for his rookie deal.
I'm pairing him with Zion and I'm making it work.
Yeah, I think
he's going to be a good player in this league.
That's why I have interest.
Yeah.
Hey, Flyers and Penguins tonight at 7:00, and yes, Kieran.
Kieran?
It's spelled
K-I-E-R-A-N.
I'm sorry I busted your name.
It's Kieran.
And she said she wanted to see the tumbler today.
Gritty.
There's the new gritty tumbler. So this is for my cousin Molly out there. She watches, probably our youngest viewer. She watches, she loves gritty.
I don't know. Skylar might have her beat.
She loves gritty too?
She hasn't gotten into gritty yet, and it breaks my heart. She hasn't gotten into her Fanatic doll either.
Does she see now Molly is gritty obsessed.
That's cool.
She's gritty obsessed.
So you know what to get her.
Oh, gosh, yes. But, the tumblers now is that I've tried to get one. So now I have one for every of the local sports teams. I haven't got a Philadelphia Union one yet. So
the guy is drunk, but there he goes.
They're so good, they may have
the next one.
Yeah, if they heard that, you'll have one like in the next couple of days.
Now, a gentleman, Mopar, says a GoFundMe page has been started for a window shade for Cooney's Corner. It's Cooney with the sunlight.
And I'm sure Window Nation could get us some nice.
I'm sure they could find some way to be able to help us out with that. Hey, Cinch Propane Home Delivery brings propane right to your doorstep. Just visit cinch.com, pick a delivery date that's convenient for you, and they will handle the rest. So, I have a gripe,
All right, this might be weirder than Jamie's. I have no idea.
I have no idea where this
guarantee you
one's
this is
going.
going to be more stupid than Jamie's. So I fully admit that when I tell you that for almost 2 decades, I have been a kept man, where my wife is Monica Geller from Friends. She is very particular about, like, get out of my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of I'll do that. I want it done a certain way.
I'm kind of like that in our
Okay,
kitchen.
very much like, I want it done a certain way. She tells me I load the dishwasher wrong.
I say that to my wife.
Okay, well,
I
then
might be Christina.
You and Christina get along.
And you know what drives me nuts? When my wife cooks, she doesn't clean as she cooks.
Okay.
So it all piles up.
Okay.
I need to clean as I cook to minimize.
Well, then you and Christina will get along.
Yeah.
She's Monica Geller. So I have honestly been told get these like beautiful kitchen, all that decked out. The new house can have a really nice kitchen and everything, and I know I'll never be in it. Because once she arrives in town, it will be stay out of my kitchen. But I'll make sure. And it's a great thing for me. I got a great deal.
Great
it's a great
life for
deal.
you.
But so I have to do all this stuff for myself now. So I got told, you bought the wrong Dawn. All right? I'm saying this Dawn isn't getting I have to scrub when I do something in a pot, even if I've sprayed it with Pam. I have to scrub the pot to get the residue off. And I was told, well, you bought the wrong Dawn. I said, what do you mean I bought the wrong Dawn? Yeah, well, you see, you didn't buy the Dawn Power Wash. You bought Dawn. Did you realize that you can buy Dawn, which I did, which is supposed to take the grease off, put the grease, put it in, let it soak, put Dawn in, let it soak it up a little bit, and let it sit, and then you'll be able to just wipe it right off. Forget that nonsense. It doesn't work. I told you to buy the Power Wash Dawn.
Oh, jeez.
So then I researched that. Dawn has commercials right now that says Dawn Power Wash is 5 times better than Dawn. So they sell a product that's 5 times better than the product that they market as Dawn. I bought the wrong Dawn because if I bought this, it's 5 times better, 5 times faster, the Dawn Power Wash. And that was what I didn't follow directions. I was told buy Dawn. If you buy Dawn Power Wash, it would work.
Well, there's got to be there's got to be a difference in point of sale of the two, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Expensive. But
Yeah.
the thing is, wait a minute. Can you imagine? Let's just use a brand. This is Coca-Cola. Come on over here and have Coke. It's delicious. But you know what? Pay $2 more, and you're going to have Coke, that extra delicious Coke.
That's called Jolt.
Or you're going to have the soap that I use. I use Soft Soap brand.
Right.
Okay, here's Soft Soap. You buy the Soft Soap brand. Oh, but if you pay $2 more, the same name is going to be better. We're giving you better soap. You're going to smell better, and you're going to have less BO. This doesn't make any sense to me. How can a product be marketed that, well, you got to use the Dawn Power Wash because it's 5 times more effective than Dawn? In their ad, they say it's 5 times more effective
That's
than
the top shelf Dawn.
So why would anybody buy Dawn?
Because not everybody can afford top shelf items. You got your top, middle.
But if it works better, if it works 5 times...
But if it's more expensive, not everybody can afford that.
But aren't you telling everybody our regular product is crappy? So you need to buy... If you really want to get your dishes done, and they literally show on the commercial, so you pull the commercial, they show you where you pull the little lever, and it sprays like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
And then
you can see the grease just coming
the grease
off.
just runs right off it.
Yeah.
Now they put it up against normal Dawn.
Yeah, you can't do that.
They do though.
Yeah, that's bad.
I don't. You agree with me? This is a marketing failure.
I don't.
Seems to be.
I see why it exists. Yeah.
Our friends from Wawa. Here's a shorty. This is the Wawa shorty. But if you pay $2 more, you're going to have a really, really great shorty.
Yeah, it's called a classic.
No, I mean, it's like, just more. You're going to get more. I'm talking about just the quality. I can't get over this. This is very confusing.
Well, like when I buy
love how worked up you are.
I'm very confused about this.
If I buy pasta sauce in the store, the Rayo's is up top at $8.99.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same brand.
But if Rayo's had different, like a cheaper version for them to make that they give me
But they don't. That's the point.
Yeah, but there's plenty of products like this.
Okay, give me them.
Give me a second.
Give me the brand name product where Jif. I am a Jif loyalist. The only thing I do, Jif Creamy. It is my peanut butter. Only thing I'll eat. Can't touch that Skippy, Peter Pan, nothing. I get Jif peanut butter. Are you telling me like Jif would come out with extra delicious Jif?
Jif might have an all-natural peanut butter.
No, but that's different. That's a totally different product.
But it's the same brand, same product.
But it's a different. No, it isn't. It's a different product. It's for
still
quality
peanut
to be
butter.
able to do something. Windex.
Yeah, they might have a streak free that's more
So I
expensive
have a
than
Windex that's going to be. Yeah, you can.
So that's
use
saying that the first one is streaky.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was
Nobody
their
does
original
this.
product that they got on the earth
Pat,
with.
Pat, seriously, you will tell me. You're the guy I trust. You will say your baby's ugly.
Oh my God! You just said you trust Pat.
No, but I trust
See
Pat
what
to
alley
be the
you're
guy
going
that
down?
will always say your baby's ugly.
I don't think your baby's ugly. I've met her. She's
See,
a lovely
but
girl.
you understand that.
What you're looking for a product. I mean, Pornhub Premium. It's the same thing, but it's like, hey, pay for a little more, you get a better product than Pornhub Premium. John, you want to know about that? Friends of mine would. But with that said, what I'm hearing right now is a bougie radio host bragging about the ability to go out there and buy the top shelf Dawn. We don't all have that.
But the thing is, though, you don't understand. Getting me to do that is like putting a gun to my head. If I see Dawn, and I see Dawn that's $2.80 more, I'm buying Dawn.
So
I am not buying the more expensive Dawn. I'm not doing it. Just out of principle, I'm not doing it.
John, you've lived a sheltered life. That's what we're understanding here. You've lived it, and you don't know about the struggles.
No, but I am on that. But Bob understands about this. But Pat, that's lost on me. I would absolutely never be that person.
I have to watch that commercial more closely. I didn't realize when they did the comparison that they were comparing it to themselves.
To Dawn.
I thought it was like another leading
Dawn,
dishwashing detergent as they usually put it.
I mean, it's like and it sprays like a fire extinguisher.
I mean, like the car you just bought.
Yes.
There's probably a version above it and a version below it. It's all the same product, more or less.
The only thing
it's just got more bells and whistles.
No, I'm paying more for extra bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Then I'm
the
saying,
power washing is the bells and whistles.
Like I got Christina
Jamie makes a pretty good point there.
Something I've never had in a car before.
A cigarette lighter.
Warming.
The ass warm?
Seat warmer?
Warming. No, I've had seat
the
warm.
steering wheel?
Steering.
It's nice. I have it in
So
mine.
you had that.
It's nice.
Air conditioned seats, though.
And
the air conditioned seats are
prevent swamp
See,
ass.
they're a must. They're a must in the South. I don't know if
You
they're
drive
going to.
around
I
with
don't know if they're
swamp
going to be.
ass all the time?
I don't think they're going to be a must. I don't know if they'll be a must here.
Yeah, they get
the ventilated seats are one of the great. That's the greatest invention ever in cars.
Did you guys hear about this hotel in space? Can we get back to that, maybe?
But like bourbon's another
Do you think
example.
they have Super Dawn in the space motel?
Absolutely, they do.
But like bourbon, like there's some bourbon that's
but you don't have a commercial that says this bourbon is the best. It's way better than this one, our other brand.
Yeah, but it's all
the
tiers
best
of their quality product.
Gentleman says here, take your Dawn discussion and make it about the Sixers bench, John.
For Pete's
He said
sakes.
it's what they're. He goes, it's what exactly what you're saying plays to that. Don't you want to upgrade what you've got?
Yeah.
The only thing is, and he says that it's paying the extra.
Yeah.
That you're saying you don't want to pay. He said, so you do not want to pay to see the Sixers improve, and you do not want to pay to get better dishwashing liquid.
Are you kidding?
But
me?
like I love what the Sixers have. Like I love what the Sixers have right now.
Your heated steering wheel costs a little more, right?
It's a package of stuff that you couldn't
tier.
You couldn't just get that. It was like a tier of stuff.
So?
And I would never.
You did it there.
I would never, by the way, have done that. And JD says it only took till Tuesday for Jamie to mention swamp ass on the air.
Not bad. Yeah.
That's
Apparently
pretty good
drives
record.
around with it a lot.
He had the
I don't know.
Wednesday. He had it Wednesday.
I
over
lifeguarded
on-
a couple summers, man. Swamp ass can get you.
Yeah,
You get
the
an itchy
Wednesday-
butt. It's no good.
Pat, could there be something that changes the
What's wrong
smell
with
of
you?
your car?
Who doesn't know that?
Serious.
Probably. I got Febreze, but if I paid $2 more, I would have gotten the Febreze
By the way,
with
the
odor killer.
Febreze fabric, really good product.
Oh, yeah.
it's good
Very
stuff.
nice.
Really good product.
Yeah.
Especially if Jamie's sitting on your couch.
Yeah.
Swamp ass doesn't have anything to do with farting.
Ripping.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just saying is that too. Could absolutely
embedded
go and
in the
hurt you.
fabrics.
All right, you want to get in with us, you can. 610-632-0975. I'm telling you. We got a lot coming up in the second half of the show, and hopefully it'll be smart. I'm going to say to you, stop your whining. Stop the whining. We'll get to that next. See what happens when you stop talking about Carson Wentz? It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Certain things around the house I will leave to the pros. Mike Missinelli and Anthony Gargano both told me when I get a lawn, and I'm getting one soon, Natural Lawn of America is the company that I need to work with. So I'm doing my research. I'm trying to figure it out. Well, why am I using Natural Lawn? I don't have to sacrifice beauty for safety. Natural Lawn gives you a greener, weed-free lawn, safer for family and pets, using exclusive organic-based lawn care products that reduce the need for chemicals up to 85%. Now, everybody's lawn's going to be different. Some may have spotty areas of shade or thin areas or stubborn weeds. I know I can count on Natural Lawn's custom approach to give the results that I want and the peace of mind that we deserve. Safer, greener, weed-free, the envy of the neighbors. That's what I'm looking for. Take advantage of their limited time offer. This is a great deal. Schedule Natural Lawn's full-service program and get free seeding every year. That's free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED, 800-FREESEED. Choose my lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America, with greener grass and fewer weeds, guaranteed.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah. It only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. Located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
That should do it with your new Anderson 400 series windows. So stylish and easy to install. I have these exact ones in my own home.
Honestly, John, we couldn't be happier.
They're perfect.
They last a long time. Don't think you'll be needing me again. So this is probably goodbye. Alex, Julie, we'll see ya.
I hate goodbyes.
Alex, John was our contractor.
Anderson 400 series are the windows contractors trust most. Learn more at andersonwindows.com. 2020 Anderson brand survey of U.S. contractors. Visit andersonwindows.com for warranty details.
Yo! March Markdown! 300 Jeeps cheap. Gary Barbera's bigger, badder, better. Rugged Jeep Grand Cherokee from just $16,666. Ho, ho, ho. No dealer in America buys from the factory for less than Barbera. $16,666. March Markdown. One more time for the money, honey. You're do anything, go anywhere. High, wide, and handsome Jeep Grand Cherokee. $16,666. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Hey, it's your home, and I need to ask you a few favors. In the kitchen, there's a spider stuck between the window and the screen, and I know it's dead, and technically it's outside, but it's still freaking me out. Can you flick it out or something? Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico? Last thing, could you take the holiday decorations down? Yeah, I'm one of those.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Hey, my name's James, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the first bite, you get a little kick of spice, and then that cilantro and lime sauce that kind of balances things out. Just delicious.
Hey, I'm Amber. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A new Grilled Spicy Deluxe is how well all of the ingredients complement each other. It's so good. I like bob my head side to side, dancing while I eat.
Chick-fil-A's Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich. Available for a limited time only. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
That meeting's starting at 4. Can I get those projections?
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Karen, do these numbers look right to you?
Like at Mia's research firm. To hit client deadlines, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Fanatic fan favorites.
We believe everyone should have access to a good lawyer. If you've been injured, there is no other choice. There's only one, Morgan & Morgan.
Fanatic fan favorites on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Place your legal sports bets at BetRivers.com, your new home for sports betting. Millions of betting options a year on the sports you love. We offer live in-game betting on major sporting events worldwide. Tons of bets available during games, from money lines, prop bets, and many more. And when you win, we offer fast and reliable withdrawals. Sign up now, and we'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, better odds, more action. Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thoughts and a deep voice, like mine. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise, and save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
New Dunkin' Sweet Cold Foam is the perfect way to top the perfect cup of Dunkin' Cold Brew. Give a little lift to every sip with this velvety feeling that you can't top. Try a medium chocolate stout flavored cold brew with sweet cold foam, cold brew with sweet cold foam, or cold brew for $3. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Hey, it's Mike Miss here. You know, Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports Reports, powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, just go to pico.com/more savings.
Hey, it's John Kincade from my friends at T-Mobile. And have you heard about the Magenta Unlimited 55 plan? That's for the 55 and older crowd out there in the audience. And right now, I got a flat rate for you. How about $70 a month? $70 a month. Taxes and fees included. That's a fixed rate. So every month, you know what it's going to cost you. That's 2 lines, unlimited data, and by the way, Netflix included. So when you want to be binge watching, but you always want to be connected, so you want to be able to check your work emails, but you want to be able to trade family photos and videos. Maybe you want to be able to just be connected with family all around the country. You know you get the best network behind you with T-Mobile. So $70 a month, 2 lines every month. That's all it costs, and Netflix is now included. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 or call 1-800-T-Mobile today. This is a spectacular deal that you've got to be jumping on. And I can tell you this, with the T-Mobile network, you're going to love the connectivity. You're going to love constantly being connected to family and friends. And you're going to love that Netflix too. Check it on out and tell them John Kincade sent you. With AutoPay, sales tax and regulatory fees are included in rate plan price, keeping it steady. It's unlimited on T-Mobile's network. Customers using over 100 gigs a month may notice reduced speeds during congestion due to data prioritization. Video typically 48p. Receive Netflix standard with 2 lines.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
If you're watching on YouTube right now or on twitch.tv, you can figure out, I cannot figure out how to fix my headsets. I think I'm going to break them. There we go. It's like a puzzle every time.
It is, yeah.
And you know what's funny?
I just break them.
You ever heard the expression, hand of the Lord is strong? I laugh every day that I do, if I do catch Mike Missinelli's show, that the first time you see Mike on camera, he's usually trying to figure out how to get the headsets set up properly. It's hand of the Lord is strong. That's meaning if you make fun of somebody for like hitting their knee and you laugh at them, then you're gonna get hurt. That's the way it's all gonna come down.
Yeah, Jamie.
Never heard that.
All right, the 8 o'clock hour.
Check yourself.
Of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. And this is going to require your interaction, not only from all the team members here, but it's going to require yours also. Because I will tell you something that I was asked yesterday by one of my old coworkers doing a podcast with him. And he was talking about what's the biggest difference between the sports city you left and the sports city you've come home to. And I said, well, one thing I've come home to that I never expected to hear was whining.
I found myself doing you yesterday.
Thanks, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an attentive lover. Maybe I'm being naive.
Ew.
Or my memory has suffered. But I would never portray this fan base as whiny. At least when I left. But I got to tell you that the more I listen to a lot of shows, a lot of callers, hell, a lot of hosts, it's as if they grew up recently in a wasteland of sports and have no reason to believe. Anthony Gargano yesterday did a show about, your desperation. Where's all this desperation coming from for the Sixers and things like that? And I agree completely. I can't figure it out. If you supported the nonsense of the process and accepted tanking for years as a strategy for success, I don't ever need to hear you complaining about your impatience for a title or your impatience for a parade because you were part of the biggest clown show ever hoisted on the world of professional sports. The Phillies' recent struggles came after a brilliant window of baseball competitiveness that produced a parade and multiple World Series berths. The Flyers and Sixers, young, talented, and have had teams that entertained and competed within this generation. A generation is 20 years, by the way. The Eagles have been wildly successful, amazingly successful, and even gave us a Super Bowl ring and a championship. So I'm very surprised at where all this whining about frustration and wanting to see a title. I heard two callers in a half hour yesterday on Anthony's show saying about, well, I don't believe anymore. It's Philly sports. I don't believe. There's no reason to believe it's Philly sports. Anthony was calling him out on it, and Andrew was too. We have it so much better here than in so many other major cities. I don't know where the whining comes from. I really don't. That's where we begin the 8 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Bob, I'm telling you right now, just being away from my hometown, this town, has brought me so much joy being a Philly fan my entire life, even when I lived south. Because guess what? I witnessed how the other half lives. It's not better. And other cities have real reasons to be doubting, bitching and complaining, whining, giving up hope that actually haven't been rewarded like the Philly fans have been. I don't get it. I really don't understand it.
Well, I'm not for whining and, you just go about your business and do the best you can. But to side with the people that you call whiners, since 1983, which was my favorite championship, I love that Sixers team. That was my favorite. I love that Sixers team.
Even more than the Eagles winning. Well, you had stuff going on, too, at that time.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the Eagles winning. I think because I was young in 83 and I was still like that fan and basketball was my sport. And it was, look, that was the prime of me. I was like a junior in high school playing basketball. It was awesome. But if you go from that point on, say from 1984 on, John, you're talking about a championship percentage in Philadelphia of the four majors of 0.01%. There's been 144 seasons since then combined, and you have 2 championships.
Gotcha.
2 for 144. Yeah, I can kind of see where people get a little antsy about wanting some more championships here in Philly. I agree with you. The following of the sports is a lot better than probably we think.
Than a lot of major cities.
But when you look at championships, like that's kind of writing right there, 2 for 144.
It's funny you brought up the process.
The biggest cartoonish thing that anyone has ever been a party to. It is a cartoon.
Yeah, I don't agree with you there.
Can you give me worse?
Well, I didn't view it as a cartoon. I didn't view it as a cartoon show. I viewed it as somewhere that got us to where we are now. And you can do it other ways. I'm not saying it's the only way.
You realize, championship teams are built like wait a minute. Every single championship team has been built in something extremely contrary to the process.
That's why what he did was pretty unique.
It's unique because nobody does
it. Yeah.
Well, nobody does it.
The Sixers were stuck in purgatory. Like, being a 7th or 8th seed does absolutely nothing for you. It really doesn't. And if the goal is championships, being a 6th through 8th seed does nothing for a franchise. So they stripped it down and they said, we need pieces that actually can make us contend. And they aren't able to find a Steph Curry at like 8th overall. They weren't able to.
They drafted terribly too.
Well, that's a problem. But
the plan was executed poorly.
But the point of the process was sustainability over a long period of time. And now you're in a position to compete for a championship,
to sustain it for the long period of time,
and still sustain it. So I love what they did. They got themselves in a position to be competitive for a decade, and it wasn't a short-term push in. It was a long-term change of an organization. I mean, real quick before you go to Pat, when you look back at what Hinkie did, I mean, finding like Rashawn Holmes and Christian Wood and Jeremy Grant, the guy had an eye for talent on top of everything else.
How did he miss so many big ones then?
I mean, it's the NBA draft. You're always going to miss on big ones. I mean, look at Portland missed on Michael Jordan.
Wait a minute, I want to hear what he did great where he's picking diamonds in the rough when he missed 3-foot putts.
I mean, Jahlil Okafor was a miss. Yeah.
A terrible miss.
Yeah, but that happens every year. Every year in the NBA, probably 4 of the top 10 picks are misses.
When you're 4 of the top 10 misses, though?
Probably.
Not like Okafor.
Probably.
Well, that was bad, and because that position was already set.
Correct. They already had it.
So that was
bad.
weird.
I'm not defending that.
It was just
I thought he was going to be a player.
Porzingis said he didn't want to come here, and blah, blah, blah.
It was a mess.
Yeah, I'm a pro process guy. I think the execution was poor. The logic was sound. But in terms of whining, I often take a step back and go, we don't have it that bad. Like I used to donate kind of as a joke to the Boys and Girls Club of Cleveland, Ohio, and then they won a championship, and then I switched to Buffalo, and people would ask why Cleveland or why Buffalo, and I'd say, because it must be terrible being a sports fan there. Your teams never win. You really don't have a shot of winning. And I would sit back in Philly and go, okay, yeah, like we've had some tough times, but I saw a World Series championship, and 3 years ago I saw a Super Bowl. So, it can always be worse.
It absolutely can be far worse. It can be far worse.
Sure.
The fans of Atlanta would kill for what Philly has had. Kill for it.
John
They'd
Kincade?
absolutely kill for it. And that is the truth.
But we
too.
compare ourselves to Boston. Like, we just saw 20 years in Boston of unprecedented
success,
multiple dynasties.
We may never see.
So I don't want to compare myself to Atlanta. I want to compare myself to Boston.
But it's the idea is that we've had it really good.
I don't think it's been that bad. Yeah.
No, it's been really good.
No, look,
in fact.
In the Eagles, you have a top 5 organization for the last 25 years.
No question.
Right? In the Sixers, you have what you had. And look, I wrote this when it was happening. I couldn't believe the patience of the majority of the city when the process was going on. I could not believe it. But it did, and now you do. You have that contender, which, John, you said earlier, could be something for many years.
I understand. And two, but we also have a franchise that hasn't even gotten out of the second round. So let's not paint this as it's arrived. Success.
No.
And guess what? You better get the hell out of the second round this year.
Yeah, but few guys.
I don't want to hear about the process got us to where we're at right now. They haven't won a second round series.
Yeah, but they're in a great spot. Like,
no, they're in a great regular season spot.
Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, what they did for their age, carrying teams to 3 consecutive 50-win seasons.
50 wins is nothing in the NBA.
But it's rare for guys in their second and third year in the NBA to do that, to carry a team. They're in a great position for the next 5 or 6 years if you trade Maxey or not.
And I want that thing, but let's not talk about it like it's arrived.
No, they're contenders now.
How about winning a second-round series before it's like, see, it paid off. Look what we built here. But you built nothing
The point was to be a contender. I mean, you can hardly ever guarantee a championship.
50-win teams are, honestly, 50 wins in the NBA. There's tons of franchises that have won 50 games that are basically irrelevant.
Yeah. Well, I was going on your side of we're in a good spot now. And a lot of people would, like to be where they are.
I'm excited where they're at.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there's...
But that's why I want the long-term thing. But I'm just saying to you is that, to me, I hear this guy says yesterday is, why should I believe? Man, all the Philly teams, all they do is let us down. You know what? Why would I even believe this? And I'm going, what?
You know what this rivals in my mind, John?
Yes.
Exactly what we're describing? The Andy Reid era.
But
Do you hate it because, oh, my God, you never got the big one? Oh, I hate Andy Reid, and we all heard that. Or is it like there's something to be said about winning 11, 12 games every year and having a chance?
Here's where my confusion comes from, Pat. This is a city that still worships the Buddy Ryan era, which produced no playoff wins, and people talk about Buddy Ryan as if it was this great era of football.
Yeah, he
blitzed.
I mean,
we're in the same boat with that.
So like they'll hold up. They will literally hold up the Buddy Ryan. Well, Buddy Ryan, weren't those great years? I never even saw a playoff win. And by the way, I was watching those playoff losses. I went to the freaking Fog Bowl.
Yeah, if Nick Sirianni is listening.
By the way, I saw nothing.
All you have to do is, against the Dallas Cowboys, do a fake kneel down throw, and you're a god.
Oh, my gosh. I'm just doing, too, is like you're talking about those, like the 50 wins.
Well, I just went back to 2017 because I was curious. I just picked a random year in recent memory to go see how many 50-win teams there are in the NBA. There was 6.
Okay.
How many teams usually compete every year?
Okay, who are the teams, though?
It was the Raptors, the Celtics, the Sixers, and the Cavs. And then out west, you had Houston and the Warriors.
And the Cavs was with LeBron.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So usually you probably say 5 or 6 teams have a legit shot at it. You don't have a legit shot at it unless you're winning 50-plus games.
Real estate developers. Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge loans that help you acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance investment properties. And they're now offering 30-year fixed-rate permanent financing. Spring Garden Lending. Faster than a bank, cheaper than alternative lenders. So everybody can get in. There is you can get in at 610-632-0975. It's weird is that there is a gentleman says here, he goes, not everybody supported the process. And I'm like, I didn't say everybody supported the process. I said, if you supported the process, I don't want to hear about, well, I'm so impatient, I'm giving up. I mean, we got to be all in this year. We got to win a championship this year. 2021, it's exactly contrary to what you did. You wanted long-term viability. You don't, there shouldn't be, 2021 shouldn't be the arrival point for this team.
No, it's the push-in point.
It should be this should be the year they win the second-round series.
This could be a year they get to the finals.
This should be the year they win the second. Let's win a second-round series before we start talking about winning a third-round series.
I don't view it that way. I view it in terms of where it falls in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons' years in the league.
Okay.
Because Joel Embiid this is his 5th full season of play. That's when you take your step.
Okay, well, here is...
Historically, if you look...
If we went to Kobe and Shaq's this year, they were swept in the second round.
Wait. Say that again.
If we went to Kobe and Shaq, where they are with Embiid and Simmons, this year, in their development, they were swept in the second round.
So you're kind of going to my point.
No, they were swept in the second round. So there is no, and then the next year, they won the first of 3 titles.
Yeah, but Ben and Joel were ahead of the curve. That's why I'm saying what they did at such a young age was so impressive. Now it's time.
I'm saying to you is that you're not... You're saying they're ahead because of regular season wins, and I'm saying blah, blah, blah.
And experience.
I want playoffs.
They've gained the experience. They've gained the pain. Because to me, you need playoff pain as a notch in your belt.
Well, you saw it last year. They took the step back.
That last year was an anomaly and weird.
Why?
You didn't have Ben Simmons and you were in a bubble. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird situation.
Yeah.
Was everybody in the bubble? I'm just wondering.
What was the experience?
Or just the Sixers in the bubble?
What was the experience of Shaq and I'm honestly asking this, John, because you know better. The experience of Shaq and Kobe when they got together. Like, had Shaq been in the league?
Yes.
Shaq had been in Orlando. Had already been to the finals in Orlando.
Okay.
He'd already been to Orlando in the finals. Right. And then he went to L.A., and remember, it wasn't working.
It was his 5th year in the league.
And then after getting swept, they got rid of Leslie Nielsen as their coach and brought in Pat Riley. And brought in Phil Jackson. Everything changed.
It's a really good point that you make. At this time frame,
they got swept this year.
Yeah,
we're right there.
That's interesting.
That's why the desperation. People hearing calling desperation. I just go, when I hear people call and say that, I'm like, okay, you are not a historian of the NBA. You're not a historian of the NBA if you're saying, man, you got to get something done here. We got to get something done with it. They got to start to win. This should be a championship year. We got to go all in. I'm like, what are you talking about? In the NBA, it is extreme. It would be incredibly rare that a combo like Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons were competing for a title this year, let alone winning it. It would be rare, but the rarest of rare.
Yeah, they have 3 years of like real championship caliber ahead of them. I don't think pushing in this year changes that.
Hey, the Parx Casino Sportsbook app is fantastic for you. I love having it in the palm of my hand. When I'm watching games every night, too, it allows you that in-game wagering. Download it at parxcasino.com/PA. Use promo code Fanatic. And in the Sixers vein, Bob has a question to ask in Cooney's Corner.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
All right, thinking cap, boys. Put on your thinking caps, and
this gets disturbing for us.
Yeah, don't go in depth. First thing that pops into your mind. The Sixers win if what? Go, John.
The Sixers win if their bench gains consistency.
Jamie, I'm on a night-to-night thing, just a game-to-game. Sixers win if?
Ben Simmons keeps his free throw percentage over 70%.
Egan? If the West beats up on each other.
Coach? I mean win a game. I'm just talking a game.
Win a game.
Like you come out of the game.
Sixers bench.
Sixers win if?
Joel Embiid.
So, Coach, Sixers win if?
The entire lineup is in there.
That's not bad. So I'm watching the game last night, and they start off okay, but then they really start to pull away. And it's Furkan Korkmaz, and it's Shake Milton off the bench and stuff.
By the way, Joel was doing great passing to open Furkan.
Passing out of a double team, it was awesome.
By the way, that's what you've talked about before that has improved in his game.
Oh, my God.
His vision was jumping off the page last night.
It's incredible.
It's so much better than last year. It's night and day.
It is night and day.
It is night and day. And the fact that Doc told us, first day of practice, it's what we worked on. I love that. But anyway, I'm watching the game last night, and I say, this team is just so much better when they do this. And it sounds obvious, but it has nothing to do with Joel Embiid. It has nothing to do with Ben Simmons, and it has little to do with the bench. When they shoot threes well, this team is really good. When they don't, they're not. And that concerns me a little bit because it has nothing to do really with Joel Embiid, although he shoots some threes, and it has nothing to do with Ben Simmons. So in their 12 losses this year, the Sixers are shooting 30.3% from three. In all of their wins, they're shooting over 40%.
Okay, that's an incredible number, though.
And here's another one, John. Now, look, this is just putting out there for thought. So
40% in the wins, 30% in the losses.
And people might say, well, of course, if you're shooting good from three. But that's not the makeup of this team,
Correct.
really.
That isn't.
And none of your answers were even going towards that. Mine wouldn't have been either before, but Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, that's the first thing you think of. But that's not even really them. But they get better because
they
of
had
that.
40% plus three-point shooters entering this season.
Right.
So is it not their makeup? Like, I understand that the marquee guys aren't, but
if it was their makeup, I assume one of the four answers would have been that then.
And none
of
us even came close to answering that.
That was not even close to my thought. I never put the correlation between hot three-point shooting to the wins.
And then there was another
Especially
stat.
with the Sixers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have, but I don't think that's what requires them to win every night. I think it's you're nothing without your best player.
It seems to be now the consistent arbiter of whether they win or lose.
Well, that's where I was going to go. That's what my thinking was, Jamie. But then I looked at these numbers, and
it's wild.
It is. It's crazy to me that they shoot 10% better in their wins from three-point range, and then
But Joel has a big effect on that.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think it was I don't think it was one of the top few thoughts in our heads.
No.
Even though they improved the shooting, and we've been calling for it for years, it's amazing to me how much it's relied upon to get wins, is what I'm saying.
That's wild.
Especially when you have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid as your key
I guess
factors.
that doesn't shock me.
Okay.
That's a huge disparity.
It is huge.
The best
That's a
Sixers
huge
teams
disparity.
in the past were when they had JJ and Ilyasova and Bellinelli, and they were hitting their threes. That's when you went, oh, wow.
When I hear that, though, it just always the best Sixers teams of the past. Where did they get?
Well, the past 3 years.
Yeah, but where'd they get? First round?
Yeah, but they had second and third year guys.
Let me say, a first round team, they didn't get anywhere.
They had to go through the ping.
But they got nowhere. When the best they got, they didn't get anywhere.
They lost
Sixers
a
team have accomplished
quadruple
nothing.
doink to the eventual champion.
That's great.
I mean, that's good experience.
That is great. Hang a banner.
That's good experience. I'm not saying hang a banner.
The Bears should hang a banner for the double.
I'm just saying that's going to pay off eventually.
And if your aunt had, she'd be your uncle.
In 2001, were you sitting here going like, "What is the Sixers regular season's great? What have they won because they've lost in the second round back to back to Indiana?"
I absolutely was frustrated as hell by that.
And then look what happened.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Was
Put it in the
fantastic.
bank.
Let's hope it happens. It was so weird though, because now I'm a Sixers fan, and back then I was an Iverson fan because I didn't believe in the team around Iverson.
Yeah.
I believe in the Sixers roster, and I think they've got something. Special.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Chip and Joanna come in and tear down the chip.
No, I don't think it's going to be a
don't
tear
want
down.
anything like that.
Yeah, no.
Nothing like that.
I think you're good.
So there we go. Alain Vigneault, the coach of your Philadelphia Flyers, as they begin a 3-game series on the road in Pittsburgh. All of the games, you will hear them right here on 97.5 The Fanatic, and Coach joins us around 40 minutes past the hour, so make sure that you are here for that. We appreciate it when you do. Some of the YouTube folks checking in this morning, as a gentleman says, Eyes Tell the Truth says, as far as Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt, I don't understand why John and the rest of the guys worry so much about other people's money. Truth must have come in late in the conversation. I want them all to make huge money, Truth. I want them all to be super rich. I just want people to be honest. You're not ring chasing, you're money chasing. Just say it. Don't tell me one thing and do another. Just be honest. You know what? I want to get paid. I want to get paid. But instead, you get the subterfuge. That's what it's all about. All right, coming up, you'll hear from the coach of the Flyers, Alain Vigneault, but also Aaron Nola in the spotlight. It's the John Kincade Show. This is The Fanatic. Got to tell you, my friends at Window Nation have an amazing deal for you right now. You're looking to improve your home. That's part of the reason that you want to have an investment in a home, right? Why don't you trust Window Nation? I'm telling you why. With over 1 million windows installed, over 10,000 online positive reviews, and an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, your search is over. But here is the sweetener. How about getting 2 free windows with every 2 that you buy? Plus, you make no down payment, no payments, no interest for 2 full years. Save thousands, beat the spring rush by checking out my friends at Window Nation. You got to love it. They have an installer team that has over 16 years average experience, which is absolutely awesome. And you know, when you improve your home by investing in the windows, you keep the quality of life inside the house better, and you also raise the value of the home, which helps you. Call 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION. Check out windownation.com/home show.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Connecting in front, they score! What a setup to Giroux!
Flyers, Penguins, tonight at 7 on your home for Flyers hockey. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Flyers hockey is brought to you by AAA, always open for the assist.
There is a place outside of Philadelphia where the aroma of freshly baked bread brings you back to more traditional times. The era when families join together to enjoy an authentic old world taste with traditional recipes and fresh ingredients. That time and place still exists at Corpali's Italian Bakery and Deli since 1924. Now 4 generations and 4 locations. The Corpali's family has been bringing you back to a more nostalgic time by sharing their favorite recipes and consistently adding new flavors for new traditions. While Corpali's Italian Bakery and Deli is well known for their famous tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia, nothing compares to their fresh baked bread and strombolis, handmade pastries, cookies, pies, and a wide range of custom cakes. For a list of locations and all your party needs, explore more at CorpalesBakery.com.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah. It only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. Located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program. A one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Good morning!
morning, privates. Good morning, drill sergeant. I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone?
Yes, drill sergeant. Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
The thing about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive. We don't even need the words the Home and Auto Bundle anymore to tell you that you could save big with the ring-tailed lemur from Progressive, or that every hot peach cobbler comes with round-the-clock service and protection. And that's the thing about the goat with magic powers. You've heard a lot of ads about the sushi in Vancouver. See how much you could save with the Home and Auto with the Shaman in the Jungle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
I'm John Morgan. After my brother Tim suffered a terrible accident, the lawyer we hired to help us ended up hurting us more. We didn't know any better, and boy did I learn quickly that all law firms are not the same. The lawyer you choose makes all the difference. That's why over the last 30 years, I set out to build a different kind of law firm, now America's largest injury law firm, where every client is treated like I would want to be treated all those years ago. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I can't wait to finally see what my new coworkers look like once we get these masks off. I'm expecting to be disappointed.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you joining us on the John Kincade Show. Here on 97.5 The Fanatic, Elaine Vigneault will join us in just a few moments here on the show.
Nice.
At least you're not getting a sunburn, Bob, right now.
No, yeah.
You're not getting sunburn.
The time has passed.
You're not getting. Bob's getting sunburn.
I swear, John, there's like a 7-minute period that when the sun comes up, I can't see you a little bit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's the best part of the day.
By the way, too, is I appreciate a gentleman saying yesterday that he sent me a note. Jeff Gordon sent me a note about
the NASCAR driver.
Wow, no,
you know that name dropper.
Different Jeff Gordon. This is Jeff Gordon telling me about the difference. He wrote me a long explanation of the difference between optometrist, ophthalmologist.
Oh, really?
And everything. Yes.
Okay.
And his wife is a optometrist. So, and she has a not what do they call them? A geographically. Remember the Elaine episode where Elaine wouldn't date the guy because of his area code?
Yeah. Geographically undesirable.
Like I have to find doctors that are
geographically desirable.
Real quick, Jeff Gordon, career earnings. I love this game. $64 million.
Ha! Oh my
Jesus
God. 141 million.
400 million.
Pat's the closest.
Really?
You guys aren't even in the neighborhood. $515 million. Wow.
Is that just winnings off of races, or is that endorsements also?
Probably endorsements. As of
wait. You said
it's
winning.
Different. Yeah. I said career earnings.
Yeah, he said career earnings,
career
guys.
earnings
is all of it.
Yeah, but career earnings doesn't count.
I should have said net worth. That's normally what I say.
Career earnings doesn't mean endorsements. Career earnings is like, if you say a baseball player, we don't count their endorsement dollars.
It
we
says
just count what they
highest
earn in
paid
their
NASCAR
contract.
driver
Well, that's
ever.
different. Yeah, that way you might can believe that.
18th richest athlete of all time in career earnings.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I knew it was going to be big. 60 million?
Wow.
By the way, he is
career earnings. I was thinking of money won through racing, not with all the
by the way,
endorsements
tiny,
and stuff.
Tiny.
Yeah, aren't most of them fairly petite?
I think Matt Kenseth was bigger.
Jockeys.
I mean, what's his name?
They're car jockeys.
Who's the? I can't think of.
Mario
Kozlowski?
Andretti was tiny.
No, he would
Jackie
use our,
Stewart
no,
was tiny.
He
I
would
think Dale
use
Earnhardt
our.
was
There's
big,
a guy that would use our. Dale Earnhardt wasn't small.
He was big, yeah. I think Richard Petty is.
Richard
he big?
Petty's not small.
Okay,
right?
so
he's
yeah,
not
tall guy.
small either.
So it's all over the place.
I mean, it's like it is.
Do you
all
even
over.
watch NASCAR, Jimmy?
No, I don't actually. Pat.
You don't either. You don't.
No,
watch
he
it, do you?
actually was a fan.
You are your big one.
Then Mark Martin retired.
Mark Martin was the guy.
That was my
kept you in
guy.
it?
Yeah,
that was my guy.
How about Awesome Bill from Dawsonville?
Yeah,
get
Pat.
you?
What about that?
No.
You don't know who Awesome Bill from Dawsonville is?
Come on, Pat. Do you even know
Bill-
sports?
I don't know that.
Are you? Do you know?
No. I do race
0 for
cars.
3.
Okay, somebody on our YouTube feed.
Swing and a miss.
Right
and the
now.
ball game is over.
Awesome Bill from Dawsonville.
This is a real person or a character?
I can't believe a NASCAR person doesn't have it. I want to see the first person on the YouTube feed.
Do you
come up
know
with
about the
answer.
Philadelphia
No
area
cheating.
that there's a secret big NASCAR community?
I did not know that. I thought it was Pocono.
Well, I mean, we go to the Poconos.
You go to
Our
Pocono
signal.
or you go to Dover?
People
Okay.
I grew up with were big NASCAR people.
Okay. This is I did not
This
know
is
that.
all foreign to me. I
South
don't
Jersey,
think-
I guarantee you there's a ton of NASCAR
I told
fans.
you, one of my old neighbors in my old house would get outside and do work on Saturdays and listen to it on the radio.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, Dan, seriously?
It always
You're
amazes me
listening
how
to
big it
engines
is.
rev.
And
but-
you would not. You weren't into it at all.
I would like to go see it once
I wanna
because
go.
everybody has told me that. You got to check it out once. But I was never a fan
Seeing
of
it in
it.
Dover is incredible.
It is just because nobody seems to be answering.
See what
it's-
you did, Jeff Gordon?
it's Chase Elliott's dad, Bill Elliott. He's Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. And when you drive in Dawsonville, Georgia, his car, literally has 2 cars parked in the roundabout through the main section of town. You literally go through town, and there are these 2 old NASCARs that are on
That's
display.
kinda cool.
Really nice. Oh, yeah, fun stuff. I mean, to be able to do that. Someone did get Bill. TP got it, Bill Elliott. Very good. Chase's dad, I think, is how he's known now. So there seems to be the big argument, especially amongst our YouTubers today, are going back and forth on this, is that can we just be happy where the Sixers are?
I am happy. I think they can improve, and I can stay happy.
Okay. If is, and this is the question that comes to you, and this question comes to you from kind of thing. I was moving back to the dentist's email. Okay, this one comes from Charles. Okay, Charles is asking, will Jamie go on the record this morning and say, though, if there is not a second-round victory this year, that this is not, because you seem to be touting accomplishments. He says in the title line, touting accomplishments. Will you say if the Sixers don't win a second-round series this year, can we stop touting that they've accomplished anything?
No, because next year they'll be able to be competitive all over again. Like, it's not ending this year.
I understand, but it's like...
You have to get the notches in the belt before you get the title belt. And I think they've gotten a couple pretty good notches, and they need to build on that this year.
A couple of good notches.
I think losing to Toronto in a 7th game on the road.
Yes, great.
In a quadruple doink to the champion.
That is one. Okay.
That's a huge notch.
Okay, and then swept in the same round the next year.
Yeah, but I can't hold last year.
Why?
Ben Simmons was out. It was a bubble environment. Tyler Hero looked like Michael Jordan.
You sound like the people you hate, though.
No, what I'm saying is that, Bob, we can't. What I'm saying is, I'm okay.
And I'm teasing you.
I will write off last year. I will write off last year as an anomaly.
Yeah,
Okay?
I think we can.
But
fairly.
I demand a second round victory before we keep talking about that there are accomplishments for this organization. There are no accomplishments yet. 50 wins? No. I'm not counting regular season wins. I need a second round victory, and I will absolutely sign on to say there's an accomplishment. Check the box, move on. And I'm not one of those people demanding a title this year. I will be thrilled if this team got to the Eastern Conference Finals, put on a hell of a fight, and came up short. I would be disappointed that they don't win, but I certainly would say, now that's an accomplishment. You're on the right track.
All right, let's do this. They win 2 rounds.
Yes.
And they get swept in the Eastern Conference Final, and it leaves you with that feeling of, oh, my God.
It's still an
good?
accomplishment.
Okay, because they went a step further.
This year, they went a step further. I don't think they've accomplished a thing yet.
I'll tell you what. Accomplished, no, but they're in position to accomplish now.
Could be.
The biggest accomplishment I think they've achieved, like I thought it was impressive that they won that first-round series against Miami a couple years ago when it was
it was
first
a good series.
When it was the first series for Ben Simmons. It was the first series for Embiid. Like that was a good accomplishment. Now your increments need to go.
I just want to see accomplishment means you're going further. Accomplishment means you go further. I will absolutely embrace that this team's gone further if they win a second-round series. And I will applaud it, and I promise you, unless it is a total wetting of the bed, I will not complain about any of it. Any of it. If it's a total wetting of the bed in the conference finals, I would absolutely be like, okay, that sucked. But I would also say it's an accomplishment. It's the next step on the thing. Because I don't think there's any notches the notch was one, and then when you go backwards, the notch goes away in a development process. The development process is it's going to take time to grow. When you go backwards, that takes away the notch you did. It doesn't mean it's not supposed to be an EKG. It's supposed to be
but last year is such an anomaly that
for everyone.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone.
Yeah, I can almost erase last year.
But Ben Simmons wasn't there. I mean,
I got it.
It's huge.
For everyone, though, it was that anomaly season.
So, to your point, John, if you do take away last season, so it's a first-round win, second-round loss. First-round win, triple doink.
Yes, which was crazy.
Or quadruple doink, and now you're looking to build on that.
I got to tell you this. I could not have been more proud of the Sixers when they lost that series to Toronto. It broke my heart.
Yeah.
But it did. I couldn't have been more proud of them.
Yeah,
and
I
thought, this is a launching off point. This is a launch. That was, that sucked, but it's going to be awesome.
You need to learn that pain to ultimately win. You have to get through that stuff.
So if they learned that, and then last year is the anomaly, then this year we should see the
Eastern Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference Finals or bust, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or bust.
But it's not
so
over.
you guys just look at that. You guys just
we're not that far apart.
No,
I think you agree.
But here's like a gentleman saying here is Anthony says, John, you don't just automatically win. It's a process. I am absolutely embracing that. I'm the one who's saying I'm not in a rush.
You want long term. Yeah.
I want long term. I'm not in a rush. If this Sixers team wins a second round series, I will say good job. That's the step in the right direction. That is a process I can buy into.
But it's not going to get worse. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris aren't going anywhere.
Don't win a second-round series, it can get worse, because then there might be something wrong with the DNA.
I don't think for the next 2 or 3 years it's going to get worse.
Let's hope it doesn't. No. Let's hope it doesn't. We don't need any of that. I can promise you that. Hey, you know what would sound really good? Wawa for dinner. What's for dinner, you ask? Get into your Wawa. They've got the answer. No matter what you're craving, every day starting at 4 p.m., Wawa dinner. Wow, that sounds very, very good, doesn't it? That sound really good? Everybody feeling good about that? All right. Let's go to the Comcast Business Hotline. Bounce forward. We'd like to welcome into the John Kincade Show, Elaine Vigneault. And we'd like to welcome into the John Kincade Show the coach of your Philadelphia Flyers, celebrating his 700th win. Even though, I got to tell you, AV, I'm not sure that you're the guy who really celebrates a lot of little minor things. Do you celebrate a milestone like this, or you move on to the next day kind of guy?
You know what? I had a martini last night with my coaching staff. 1,700 wins in the NHL is not easy to come by, and I've been very privileged. I've worked for 4 great organizations that were all first class. I've had the support of all my GMs, and all those GMs have given me really good teams. So you don't get to a number like that without having coached good teams and good players, and I've been very privileged. So had a martini last night after the game, and now we're moving on to Pittsburgh.
Well, everybody who's in Flyers country is raising a glass in your honor tonight. Now they now have an excuse to say we're having this for Coach. So tell me though about your different stops. Why is this stop in Philadelphia different or unique compared to other stops that you've had?
Well, for me, Philly is as close as you can get to an original 6, and I was fortunate to coach the Montreal Canadiens, the New York Rangers, 2 original 6 teams, and I feel that the same privilege here in Philly. In my last 2 stops in Vancouver and New York, we came real close to winning the ultimate prize, the Stanley Cup, and that's why I came here to Philly. I thought the pieces were in place. Thought we had a good mixture of veteran and young players that were progressing, that were closing in on their prime, and we could put it all together. And I'm in this only for one thing, and that's to win the Stanley Cup. And I really think that we're on the right track. We, unfortunately, last year and this year, the COVID variable has come along, sort of thrown a little damper in things. We're not fortunate right now to be able to play in front of our fans, but I hear there's some openings there that we might be getting some fans soon. So we're all working for that ultimate prize. It's very hard to get. It's very competitive. It's a very tough league. But I feel that, we're trending forward as a team, and we're on the right track.
Coach Alain Vigneault joining us here on the John Kincade Show on the Comcast Business Hotline, Bounce Forward. Coach, when you see this team and you have a bunch of young core members of it, do you tend to say, I just want to make sure that we're playing our best hockey in April? Is there this learning curve, this progression that you say there's milestones along the way I want to see these guys hitting?
Well, I think in today's NHL, teams that don't progress during the year don't get into the playoffs. It's so competitive. There's only 16 teams out of 13-1 that get into the playoffs, and next year it's going to be 16 out of 32, so that's 50%. There's a lot of good teams that don't get in, so you've got to make sure that your game is trending forward and getting better as a group. And I do believe we did that last year, my first year, and we are working towards that right now. We are trending in a positive way. Our 5-on-5 game is getting better. You got to get in. It's not easy. Once you're in, every team has a legitimate chance at winning that Stanley Cup. And I believe we're a good team that's going the right way. And I really like our chances.
Talk about managing your goaltending situation, because now you've got two guys, one with tremendous potential and one playing out of his mind, that really gives you a 1-2 punch that I don't know if maybe a lot of people expected that going into the year.
Well, I think with the schedule that is out there because of COVID and all the games that have been postponed and rescheduled, you got to have two goaltenders. We're playing 6 games on 9 nights right now. So both goaltenders are probably going to play 3 each. And we've got 2 sets of back-to-back. So it's a challenge, and we're very fortunate. You have to have 2 goaltenders that can play and contribute and help you win, and that's what we have right now.
Anybody on this Flyers team that you say to yourself, John, watch this guy down the stretch. I think he's just about to bust out. I think this is a guy who's about to take the next step.
Well, I'm looking at the way Travis Sanheim has been playing lately, his skating ability, his potential. He's got tremendous amount of upside, hasn't reached his peak yet. And we've got quite a few guys in that age range that are coming and slowly putting it all together. So, we have to continue. The Carter Harts, the TK Konecny, et cetera, Travis Sanheim, Phil Myers, et cetera. Those guys have got to put it together, and if they put it together, like I said a short while ago, I really like their chances.
I'm so excited to be home, Coach, because I grew up here, and then I went away for a media career for 25 years, and I've returned home. But before I left town, I worked for the Flyers coaching staff, doing video and statistics under Mike Keenan. So I already know there's no boss I will ever meet in my entire life who will put more stress on me and push me to be good than Mike Keenan did back in the day.
I don't doubt that one bit. He's been fortunate to win a Stanley Cup with the Rangers. He was a great coach, and I'm sure he pushed the right buttons to make you work and make the rest of the group work.
He certainly did. So what will you do for a week in Pittsburgh? Will you get out and take your walks? Because I've heard about your legendary walks, and I like to do that too. Yeah. Will you go out and do that? Will you walk the streets?
We'll see the weather, how the weather is. But we're pretty well confined to our hotel and our room and our meeting rooms. So, we've got to follow the guidelines. Unfortunately, we did follow the guidelines to a T, and we got quite a few COVID cases. Hopefully that's behind us. We stay healthy and we move forward, and we play some good hockey.
Coach, the fans are so excited. We're glad here at the Fanatic, and we look forward to seeing you soon down at the rink. So congratulations on the 700 wins, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Really appreciate it. You guys stay safe. Take care.
Great having Coach join us here on the John Kincade Show. A fun guy, a very intense competitor, and with the Penguins, 3 games. What's a good week, guys? 3 road games with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh right on your tail, by the way.
I'll give you something that you love. 2 wins and an overtime loss in which you get a point, John. So you're going to get 5 points out of this one.
I think 2-1's a good week.
I think 2-1's fine.
Yeah.
2-1 I'll be fine with.
6 points.
See, you can just say, you hate the Penguins, right?
Well, I don't think they're very good.
They're only, 2 points behind you?
Yeah. I think the Flyers have underperformed, but I think they're getting healthier with COVID and whatnot. But
I think they've underperformed also. But
I think beating up on a bad team can actually do them some good in building some confidence.
I'm gonna be very happy with two regulation wins, and if you get the bonus of Bob's thing, I'd be.
An overtime losses in there.
That's a great week.
That'd be fine. That'd be a great week. 5 points would be a great week.
I'll take it.
Would be a great week. All right, in the linchpin, Jamie Lynch wants to bring in one of my favorite topics.
This is the linchpin.
All right, convince me I'm wrong.
Season, boys.
Convince me I'm wrong, John.
Okay.
First inning, Philly spring training yesterday.
Yes.
Aaron Nola lets up a dinger.
Mm-hmm.
2-run shot.
To the party.
Yep.
Did you internally to yourself say, he's not a number one?
No. I just
kind of crossed your mind a little bit?
I believe he has been much more of a number two for his career. And so to me, Aaron Nola has more reinforced what I think he is than me. First of all, I'm not going to get, especially first even two outings out for a pitcher.
Yeah, they mean nothing.
Stretched out. They're getting,
All right, so it had me thinking.
No, but I absolutely think that Aaron Nola's going to have to enforce in my brain that he isn't what I already think he is.
So that's where my next step went. My first thought was, is John overreacting to a spring training home run?
I don't do that.
Okay, good.
I don't do that.
My second thought was...
You know what, though? I do much more for hitters than pitchers.
Okay, that's fair.
I put much more...
Yeah, because pitchers work on things.
Exactly.
Yeah. How long will it take Aaron Nola to prove to you that he's a number two? And a low, maybe a 1B on certain teams.
See, I think he is a 2. If you ask me right now, I have him as a number 2.
Does he have to get through September for you to concretely say he's a true number 2 in this league?
Oh, yeah. Guess what? If you're a true number 2 in this league, there's not a bad month. There's a bad outing, or there's a bad 2 out of 3 outings.
Historically,
there's not a bad month.
September.
There's not a bad month.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you're expected to be, if anyone...
Well, then can you be a 2 with a bad September?
No, you can't be. But I would also say is that if the rest of the year is really, really good, I'm going to give you more the benefit of the doubt. Right now, I sort of have him as a 2. He's a 2.
Can he be a 1? No, he doesn't have 1 stuff?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't see that he has the consistency to be a 1. A 1 is the guy that every 6th outing, you have that clunker.
You're going to win.
Yeah, that clunker. But 5 out of 6, you can pretty much pencil on the line.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he's done that. He was third in the Cy Young?
He doesn't. But then it goes. It's the light bulb analogy, the stupid light bulb analogy. I just I believe I know what he is, and maybe that's not fair. That I believe I know what he is. I don't believe I'm going to have to come on and retract.
You're in the majority. I think a lot of people, at least from my time here, have said he's number 2. I'm in the small minority who says I think he's a number 1.
Well, you are in the small minority.
Well, that's I-O. That's a short
we got
joke,
that.
folks. But yeah, I think he's a number 1. I think he's shown in the past. I think it's in there. I think he's dealt with bad pitching coaches last year. He dealt with a new one, and I think he kind of rebounded from the one previously who was terrible. And let's see what he does with the next guy. But I do think he's number 1.
Yeah, I lean towards he might be able to be a 1.
Yeah.
I don't have him there yet.
I'm a 2, can be a 1.
I think that's where I am, John. I think he's a 2.
Who do you have number 1 for the Dodgers?
Well, you can go Kershaw. You can go.
What's his name? Walker
Trevor
Buehler.
Bauer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer, Walker Buehler, whatever like that. Game 1, best of 3. Dodgers, Phillies.
Walker Buehler's better than Aaron Nola.
All 3 of them are that you just mentioned.
Trevor Bauer, TBD.
No, he's not.
It was a contract year. He had his best year by far.
Yeah, before that, he was a mediocre pitcher.
You could compare him to Zach Eflin before last year.
No. You cannot compare him to Zach Eflin. Oh, my God. No, you cannot.
Absolutely. Look at his numbers. He was a mediocre pitcher.
Yeah, he was mediocre.
Zach Eflin?
I'm telling you, they have similar numbers.
I'm looking it up.
Trevor Bauer.
I'm looking it up.
Aaron Nola is better than Trevor Bauer. Until Trevor Bauer does it again, Aaron Nola is better.
He was traded for a bag of balls.
Go on. Bobby, do you have Trevor Bauer? Or do you have, you're still typing it in there?
I don't know how to type anymore.
But I'll give you Kershaw and Bueller.
Give every others. Are you going? Do you want? Where's Aaron Nola? Where's Aaron Nola in the Braves rotation? In the Braves rotation, where is Aaron Nola in the Braves rotation?
Trevor Bauer
He's better than Mike Soroka.
No, he's not
Yes,
better
he
than
is.
Mike Soroka.
Yes, he is.
Oh, my gosh.
Trevor Bauer had 11 win, 12 win, 17 win, 12 win, 11
Look at his numbers. Wins aren't in the pitching
By
stat.
the way, he is not. He is not. You guys
Wins
just said
aren't a pitching
Zach,
stat.
You guys just said Zach.
Wins
Eflin.
aren't a pitching stat.
He's a 4.5 ERA during that time.
Oh.
Good point.
Zach Eflin. And wait a minute, American League ERAs are different than National League ERAs. They are not the same. They're usually around.
I'm just giving the numbers. Don't look at me for
usually around a 0.6 difference. It's considered good.
If Zach Eflin put these numbers up, you'd be ripping them.
In the American League, it'd be a little bit different.
No, but if I put their numbers side by side, you'd be.
Oh my gosh! Put player A, player B resume up there anytime that you wish. We can do it. We'll put it up there. In fact, do it. Do it on a social media post. Which picture do you want? 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. I do not want this name resurfacing in Philadelphia. I didn't come home for this. It's the John Kincade Show. This is 97.5 The Fanatic. I can tell you it is really, really important to be connected. And I've learned firsthand this year the importance of being connected and being separated from my family. It's really, really hard. And my T-Mobile device is one of the ways that I can always stay connected. And with the best network behind it, I absolutely know that at all times I can be reached. My wife, my daughter, I love being able to trade videos with them, see pictures, be able to find out what's going on in their day, and always knowing, by the way, with the 5G, I always know that I'm there, I can be reached, and I've got the coverage. Right now, though, if you have anybody in your home 55 and up, visit T-Mobile.com/55 or call 1-800-T-Mobile today, and you can find out about an amazing option they've got for you now. It's a plan called Magenta 55. It includes Netflix, and it also comes with 2 lines of unlimited data for just $70 a month, and it's a flat $70 a month. Everything's included. Oh, and Netflix is included. It's with autopay, sales tax, and regulatory fees are included in the rate plan price, keeping it steady. It's unlimited on T-Mobile's network. Customers using over 100 gigs a month may notice reduced speeds during congestion due to data prioritization. Video, typically 480p. Receive Netflix standard with 2 lines. Check out my friends at T-Mobile. Go to T-Mobile.com today and tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get started with 100 megabits per second internet for just $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. And ask how you can add Comcast Business Security Edge. And for a limited time, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Offer ends 3/28/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second service customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees are extra and subject to change. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano talking remotely with my childhood friend Bob Marino, President, Spring Garden Lending's Mid-Atlantic region. I need to hug Bob.
Sit down for this one, Ant.
What?
Spring Garden Lending is now providing up to 30 years fixed-rate permanent financing at phenomenal rates for real estate developers and investors for their rental properties.
More details, please.
The product, Permanent Plus, is for financing single and multifamily projects with a loan range of $75,000 to $3 million.
That's huge. That's like Sixers huge.
You got that right, Ant. This is the big leagues now.
Wow, real estate developers and investors, listen up. Not only is Spring Garden Lending one of the region's fastest growing companies, not only are they faster than a bank and less expensive than hard money lenders, but now they are providing 30-year fixed rate permanent financing at out-of-the-park rates. Spring Garden Lending, a private lender specializing in bridge loans, and now 30-year fixed permanent financing for real estate investments in the Philly market. It's Bob. Call now.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? You're probably looking for some fuel treatment. It cleans your fuel system to help your engine run smoother, and that means better gas mileage. Right now, you can get 2 bottles of Lucas Complete Fuel Treatment for just $8, plus a $1 bonus reward if you're an AutoZone Rewards member. Not a member? Don't worry. We can sign you up fast right here or on AutoZone.com. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Hey, what do you want to da-da-da? I don't know. What do y'all think we should da-da-da? Well, what did we da yesterday? Yesterday. All the dolls feel like the same doll these days. I know. Like, is today Monday or Tuesday? Today is Thursday. Oh, no, I forgot to call my mom on her birthday. Oh, no.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird. But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. That won't change. Not today or any day.
Quote today at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune into Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to talk to an advisor today who's ready to help with all your small business needs. 877-ASK-DELL.
Yo! March Markdown! 300 Jeeps cheap. Gary Barbera's bigger, better, better. Rugged Jeep Grand Cherokee from just $16,666. Ho, ho, ho. No dealer in America buys from the factory for less than Barbera. $16,666. March Markdown. One more time for the money, honey. You're do anything, go anywhere. High, wide, and handsome Jeep Grand Cherokee. $16,666. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
I've got the Parks Casino Sportsbook app right in the palm of my hand, and I want to go 2-0 to start the month of January. And how do I do that? Well, I go about my business tonight with the local hockey team in action in Pittsburgh. You see what you do? You can do in-game wagering, too. You can bet the over-unders. You can bet player performances. You can bet parlays, even though I'm not doing that during the month of March. I've got so many options with the Parks Casino Sportsbook app in the palm of my hand, and now futures are falling right into your lap. You want to bet the over-unders on baseball teams and where they're going to finish out this season, depending on how confident you are. Seemed like Jamie was very, very confident the other day. So you jump on, you bet the over. You say, I think my team's going to be great this year. That's the beauty of the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. How about a beauty of this? How about a risk-free bet up to $500 that you can get using the promo code FANATIC? It'll be refunded and cite credit to you, that risk-free bet. See the website for details. I love the Parks Casino. I love Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Bet with the home team. You got to be 21 or older in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I'm going to speak more in this upcoming segment than Carson Wentz has in the last 3 months.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. I've heard Anthony Gargano and Mike tell me all about it. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to bagster.com. Great thing there. Could you imagine if your kid lost you your job?
I saw this. No.
This story is incredible. Ann Hebert is a major executive. Put in 25 years at Nike.
That last name real quick,
Yeah.
Bobby Hebert screwed me up forever.
Why?
I don't know if it's Herbert, Hebert,
Bobby's great person.
I'm sure he is, but he screwed me up with that name.
T-Bone, his son, does morning radio in New Orleans.
Okay. Is it Herbert? Is it Hebert?
Hebert.
I know he's Hebert, but is she Ann Herbert?
It's Hebert.
Okay.
And she was the vice president and general manager of Nike in North America for marketing, sales, and merchandising. She had put in 25 years with the company, working her way up. How about 8 different jobs in 25 years to ascend to her throne? And she had to leave the company because Bloomberg Business did a report last week about her son operating a business that resells sneakers. Okay? First of all, I did not even know this, that people buy used sneakers.
Huge market.
And they don't just buy them to display them. They buy them to wear them, which to me is a whole new level of filthy. But she had to leave because her son uses a credit card with her name. Like he has an account, a credit card on her account. He started this business when he was in high school, and he's been doing it for years after. Her son's a college dropout known as West Coast Joe. He started reselling streetwear in high school and now flips hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of shoes each month. I feel terrible for this woman that she lost her career over her son's side hustle and her son doing an entrepreneurial thing.
Yeah, he shouldn't have used her credit card because the optics, I mean, I saw the story. I didn't really read into it, but the optics were, oh, that's why I can never get Nikes on the sneaker app. And then hearing the actual story, it's like, that's a shame because how did he not know that this is how it would play out if the news got out?
Man, it's not good. Not good for her.
And by the way, if he's flipping as much money as he is claiming,
right,
get your own credit card, dude.
Exactly. Dude.
There is no connection, though, between...
No, none.
Exactly. Okay, that's what I was trying to read into.
There's no connection. The mother did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
She did nothing wrong.
And she only got that new title in June of last year.
And she worked 25 years with the company.
My heart bleeds
to
for her.
ascend to that job.
That's unbelievable.
And her college dropout son did this on a side hustle. And I don't believe she should be out of a job. I don't believe there's anything that she should be out of a job.
No, it doesn't appear so.
It's all on optics.
I think she'll be scooped up pretty quickly by Puma or Adidas or somebody else because
I hope so.
I think an executive will see what actually transpired here and go, that's not
but then
right.
She's still got to move and uproot.
And then move. She spent 25 years with that company.
In Beaverton, Oregon.
Oh, my gosh.
I feel awful
It
for
reminds
her.
me of a guy who spent 20 years in Atlanta and then got whacked.
Yeah, exactly. How about 8 days after the governor declared it Buck and Kincade Day?
That was awkward. But hey, they lost our game, Johnny.
Yeah.
And that's like it's like in Valdosta.
Way to go, Pat.
Isn't that great? Thank you for that. As we start the 9 o'clock hour in that uplifting moment, there was a time that Eagles fans were clamoring for Marcus Mariota to be the quarterback. Then we all got to see him play in the NFL, and I don't hear anybody clamoring for him anymore. He's ineffective. He's not a solid guy to teach a young quarterback because he doesn't have anything that says, I had a starting pedigree and I was able to succeed. Jalen Hurts doesn't need someone on day one that a faction of this fan base will be calling for when he has a bad half. And you know it would happen. Oh, Mariota, let's give him a shot. Chip Kelly and the Eagles coveted Marcus Mariota. They would have been wrong then in making him their choice. That ship sailed. If they decided to sign him now, that would be wrong too. Here's how you get the Mariota decision right. Don't sign him. I want Jalen Hurts to have a legitimate shot to see if he could be the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. So what does that require? A veteran quarterback on their way out of the NFL that actually played the game effectively at some point that can say, here's what you do, here's how you check the boxes. Marcus Mariota checks none of those boxes. So can we please move on from that poor choice? That's where we begin the 9 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. I need a check the box. Bob, I need a veteran quarterback. I need somebody who at some time has had success as a starting quarterback, and I need someone that can help Jalen Hurts that isn't looking to usurp Jalen Hurts. I have 2 quotes in the past year where Marcus Mariota talks about the fact is, I know I can be a starter in this league. He's the last guy that I want in Philadelphia. The last. Jalen Hurts deserves a shot. He deserves a shot. You drafted him a second-round pick. He is an incredibly solid citizen, hard worker. He needs a shot. He doesn't need some guy who's trying to cling onto a dream of being a starter.
A dream of being a starter and wanting to be a starter, right? Because he's 6 years in the league, 3 years removed from being like the guy. So he's not going to come in here and wear that and handle that clipboard and wear the baseball hat in a good mood. No.
He wants to be, twice in the past year, he's quoted as saying, once to a national ESPN report and everything, I know I can still start in this league.
Yeah.
So what's he coming in? He's coming in thinking, I'll choose to come to Philly because Jalen Hurts is going to wet the bed and then I can be the starter.
Yeah, the guy you describe is Audubon's own, Delaware's own, former Baltimore Raven, Joe Flacco.
Yep. That's what I was just going to say.
I'm all in. That's the type. That's the type.
Okay.
I'm not just saying
exact
Joe Flacco.
Prototype of what you're looking for.
That's the prototype of what I want.
Sure.
I don't even want Ryan Fitzpatrick. Because Ryan Fitzpatrick wants to start.
He's almost too good. Joe knows where he is at his point in his career. He's won. He's done some incredible things in his career. I think he would embrace the tutor role very, very well.
Absolutely.
And look, if he comes in and, God forbid, Jalen Hurts was to get hurt, he can kind of keep you afloat a little bit. Like he looked okay with the Jets last year. So I think he's a perfect name for this situation.
I'm looking for somebody even worse than that. Like I'm looking for like a Brian Hoyer type.
Why do you want worse?
I want a guy who has started in the league not very often, but has survived long enough because he's a veteran presence so that he is absolutely zero threat. Because if Jalen Hurts plays poorly in his first 2 games, if it's Joe Flacco, if it's Marcus Mariota, if it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, you're going to have fans calling up, clamoring to see that guy instead of Jalen Hurts.
By the way,
we're playing to feelings again.
By the way, if you have an idea what you want, 610-632-0975. Yeah, I don't want to hear anything about feelings. I do not want a backup quarterback on this team that wants to be a starter. Period.
Yeah.
And guess what? I don't want it. No, that's not what this is about. And I don't care about Jalen Hurts' feelings.
Yeah.
I want Jalen Hurts to have a legit shot. And by the way, I want him to have a veteran quarterback who can teach him some of the tricks of the trade.
Absolutely. And Joe's perfect
By
for
the
that.
way, Brian Hoyer, if I'm not mistaken, and this may be totally geeky on me, because I am a geek, I think he may be one of the highest paid backup quarterbacks in the NFL. I think he really might be. Like
Jamie knows the money,
and I have I think he might be one of the highest paid, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Jamie's our capologist.
You're probably right. I mean, Nick Foles was up there in the past couple of years.
Seriously. Hey, Matt Schaub was.
But Nick was paid to be a starter and ended up being the backup.
Matt Schaub, they were paying like $4 million a year to be the backup to Matt Ryan.
I'd take Matt Schaub.
Well, Matt's retired now. He's going to retire. He's going to retire. And hey, Westchester East, some Matt Schaub. Maybe we could talk him into one more year.
Coach just said Hoyer's contract was $1.5 million.
Okay, that's not bad.
But over his career, Taysom Hill, 8.8. Ooh.
I think that's crazy.
Alex Smith made 16 last year. Mariota made 7.5.
Do you want Alex? I do not want Alex Smith.
No, because
Alex
Smith, please retire.
I think Alex Smith still thinks he can play.
It's tough to watch.
It really is, like, for your own good. Dude,
Yeah.
I was watching him last year in games that didn't involve the Eagles, and I'm like, oh, my God, just go down. Like, just take a knee, something. I don't want to see you get hit again.
I don't either. I really don't.
No.
Even though I said that about Teddy Bruschi as a player,
Oh, yeah. With
Teddy Bruschi come back in after the stroke.
Right.
And he went back to play football, and I was like...
You don't want to see somebody take years off their lives.
We had a doctor that came on the air with us on the network show saying that literally Teddy Bruschi was told by multiple doctors not to play again.
Yeah.
And he came back to play, and he had the young children and everything. Now, look, that's Teddy Bruschi's decision.
Sure, absolutely.
But I cringed.
Absolutely.
I cringed.
You know who one of the highest paid backups in league history is in relativity to snaps taken?
Wait, say this again?
Snaps taken.
One of the richest backup quarterbacks in league history relative to snaps taken.
I think
what's his name? He was White Jesus.
Matt Flynn.
From Alpharetta High School.
Well, Matt Flynn's a good one because of that.
Charlie Whitehurst.
White Jesus, Charlie Whitehurst.
He's
White Jesus.
Chase Daniel.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
yes,
that's a good
great
one.
Yeah, but you know what, though? He's got the perfect guy.
Kind
you don't
of,
want
yeah.
the money. You don't want the money to him.
He's had like very few NFL snaps.
He's had great contracts. You're right.
And guess what?
Wow.
We could get Joe Flacco, I believe, or as I love it when Scott Van Pelt will say, Joe Flacco, when he does the Flacco.
And Joe loves this area.
And you can get him for 2 Big Macs.
Yeah.
Because he eats McDonald's drive-thru, which I find very disturbing.
Huh. Do you know his meal? Is he a Big Mac man?
And there was a whole feature on him getting double Big Macs, which I can't even. Now Pat shakes his head. Pat, you could eat 2 Big Macs?
Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
But
I
watched.
could.
I watched Chad Johnson did the same thing.
You could.
It's all right.
I'm not being condescending.
It's not like it's kind of a light double burger. I know that sounds ridiculous,
so much bread.
But it's got that extra.
But that bread is like it's spongy and delicious. And
it's so much bread.
It's not incredible. Like I could eat 2. No
I got to tell you,
I got to do it without the sauce.
Oh, that's a good stuff.
I got to tell you, I have not had one of those.
Oh, number 1.
I have not had one of those since right after Temple, because my dormitory was right down at the corner where my room was when I was in Johnson Hall, and then in Peabody. If you'd have your windows open, Peabody Hall.
Oh.
If you had your windows open, you would smell the McDonald's on North Broad. And if the wind blew right, if you were in Johnson or Hardwick, it would come in your window.
Oh, I'd be screwed. I'd be getting fries every day.
Oh, my God. No, guess what? What do? You walk
it draws
down.
You in.
You walk down.
You know how to get rid of that feeling if you smell it? Work there.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, I did a 2-week stint.
You work anyway, and then you...
So here it is. Joe Flacco, after signing his extension back with the Ravens, his big payday, went to the Aberdeen, Maryland McDonald's drive-thru, ordered a 10-piece McNugget meal with fries and an unsweetened iced tea.
Yeah, well, he had a double Big Mac thing that I saw too. His diet was consisting of junk food, which I couldn't believe because
what's more Philly
you think
than
he's
that?
a mudslide?
Because he had a fantastic.
No,
he's not. Because
he works his ass off.
Fantastic career. Christina thought Joe Flacco was a tall drink of water, too.
My sister, who lives in Baltimore, believe me, has called me multiple times. Can you please tell Joe Flacco how much I love him?
She thought he was a tall drink. He's no Jimmy Garoppolo. But he's,
he would love to be here. Let me just say that.
Let's let it go. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
He's probably listening right now.
Hey, he could be very much listening, and we hope he does. So, Natural Lawn of America, safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. Schedule their full-service program. Get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. In Cooney's Corner, he's begging us not to ruin the future.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
I probably overstate ruin because I don't want to put that label on a coach. But and John, I swear to God, this is more of a question to you than it's going to be a statement from me. When we were talking about the Flyers yesterday, Jamie brought up a point. He's like, look, I would just go, 50-50 between Elliott and Carter Hart.
And then you heard Coach talk about it. They're going to do that because of the schedule.
Yeah. I'm getting a little nervous here. Like, this is the guy.
Yep.
Look, believe it or not, and you can agree with this. They have anointed him. He's been anointed. This is the goalie of the future.
Oh, no. They anointed him as already arrived. He's there.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's the goalie that you're going to have on this team for the next 10 years.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So, you're going into this season legit Stanley Cup contenders, question mark,
contenders,
whatever.
Sure. Contenders.
And you're going to go 50-50 on the guy that you have anointed as this is the goalie, this is the guy, here we go.
Why? Because Elaine Vigneault don't care.
Yeah. Well, so
He
that's
don't
why
care.
I say, and I'm not downing Elaine
Right.
Vigneault at
You know
all.
what I mean?
I'm wondering, what does this do for the future? I mean, Brian Elliott's 35 years old, I believe. Like, what does this do if you're making a playoff run that the belief isn't, well, we got to ride you out 70% of the time?
Because of the fact that your anointed one has not lived up to his potential this year. Now, that doesn't mean that he won't this next month. I could see him going on a hot streak where he puts up 5 great starts and he's tremendous and he gets on a roll going into the postseason. That's what we're all hoping
I
for.
hope so.
But Elaine Vigneault don't care. And guess
Yeah.
what? The guy, I can tell you this from working in the NHL, working for a coaching staff, working as a broadcaster. In a locker room, they want the best guy.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be people in there going, well, let's worry about Carter's feelings or get it. They want the best guy.
And it's probably, to draw this back to Brett Brown, as a coach, manager, whoever, you want somebody that can make the tough decisions.
Yep.
And I don't know if that was Brett's strong suit there, but I think it is with AV. I think it is with a guy like Girardi, Nick/Frank Sirianni, we have no idea about. But I think that's a
By the way, he's
great-
in witness protection right now.
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni in witness protection.
But that's a great characteristic as a coach, being able to make the tough decision and sell it to your team properly.
He had a similar situation when he was coaching Vancouver with Roberto Luongo and Corey Schneider.
Absolutely.
A little bit different because the anointed one in that situation is Roberto Luongo. The upstart was Corey Schneider. In this, it's kind of reversed, but he knows how to deal with the situation. And I also believe that the Flyers have the utmost confidence in both guys.
It seems like it. Coach pretty much laid it out there.
Like, sometimes coaches say that and you go, yeah, okay, bud, whatever. But the way that Brian Elliott's played, how do you argue it?
So in hockey circles, maybe unlike other sports, I don't know, you got a quarterback that you're going to play him. You're going to play him, play him. If you don't play Carter hard, if it does go more like 55-45 or 50-50 that you're playing both he and Elliott, does that do anything? Hockey players, does that do anything to the psyche of Carter Hart? Does that take him back?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It's a weird schedule this year. Just because,
that's a
and I
good point.
believe that's a big part of it. That's the reason the coach is going to do this. That's how he explained it. Again, much like with, I don't believe, and I was told this from a someone close to the Flyers. Carter Hart is not Carson Wentz.
No.
Carter Hart will not get lost in his feelings.
He's been seeing a sports psychiatrist since he was 11 years
Carter
old.
Hart will not get lost in his feelings or feel that, I'm feeling threatened now. I'm feeling under
So
competition.
they can spend a first-round pick on a goalie and he'll be all right?
Guess what? Your organization better be doing that all the time.
Yeah.
So if you were coaching this team, John,
I'd be doing exactly what Vigneault's done.
Right.
Because he's the better. There's no question who the better goaltender has been for the Flyers this year. And the team plays better in front of them because I believe they've had a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
That can change, though. It can all change. It's very relative. You know, Staples has got everything you need to be organized and productive, like home office furniture, the latest tech, and organizational supplies, and they're all at amazing prices. Get a fresh start with big savings from Staples. And, Pat, you know it as well as anybody as a hockey fan. The Carter Hart story can completely change in a hot streak that then spills out into a hot month. Hot month and a half.
I think playing Buffalo when they did, catching that team and just, they've quit, is a perfect situation for Carter Hart. You know, he gets that shutout, and let's see if he can build on that. You're right. We've seen guys just bounce back, and he isn't Carson Wentz. Like, that was my first, before you said it, that was my thought.
Strong as mentally tough.
That's all we ever hear about him. So, yeah, let's see if he can build on that shutout.
There you go. It goes there. A lot of people on board on YouTube today. Eyes tell the truth, just can't take the loss. Because he's like, John's worried about people's money. And I'm like, no, I really want every player to make as most money as they can. He says here, the Arizona Cardinals have zero pedigree, John said. Well, what pedigree did the Bulls have before Michael Jordan? And the Patriots had before Belichick and Brady? Truth, what I'm going to tell you is they didn't choose to go there. Michael Jordan was a Bull. Tom Brady was a Patriot. They weren't picking and choosing where to go. And if they were championship caliber players that were picking and choosing where to go, they wouldn't have chosen to go to the Bulls or to the Patriots. It's what happened when they built it. This is free agency. You can pick and choose. And more importantly, I want them. Again, you're not hearing. I'm going to buy you the Q-tips. You're not hearing. I want every player to make as much money as possible. But why do you care about what NFL players make? Why you do care about it is it's a salary cap league. So it matters. It matters what a player makes. It's not like others. It matters. It's not like that NBA cap, Bob, either. The NBA cap, which you can fiddle around with signing your own players and go over. The NFL cap's it's a hard cap.
It's huge, and and
it matters how much players make. This is not hard this isn't a hard concept.
No, it's a malleable thing, the cap, but it is very important to the league.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's like and more importantly, I just look, if Deshaun Watson goes and gets the most money somewhere, which he did, by the way, and then he backed out on the contract, and then goes and wants his money up front and then wants his cake and eat it too, that's fine. But just tell us what you're in it for. I'm not looking, you're not ring chasing you're not ring chasing going to the Jets.
Chicks dig the long ball, John.
Or New York.
Or the deep wallets.
New York. You never know. Maybe he wants to be governor.
Yeah, there's an opening.
Could be an opening soon.
There's an opening. You could maybe make that move. Man, talk about handsy. Things are getting a little handsy.
He's like a 70s game show host.
Oh, my gosh. Richard Dawson would be embarrassed by this. It's unbelievable.
I doubt that.
Little less vitriol going on about this one, though, I notice, is the governor. I hope he's done. I want to see Chris talk about it tonight.
Oh, he said he can't. Which was apparently a new rule.
There you go. New rule. Just created. A new rule just created in journalism.
Yeah, it's not a good look for that network.
Sorry, Chris.
Probably should have him address it.
All right, coming up, we got things we didn't even get to today, but there is the inside story is coming out. What's it about? We'll tell you. Coming up. It's the John Kincade Show. This is 97.5 The Fanatic. It's important to chill out. It's important to rest and relax. And what did I hear earlier today? That on Netflix, Coach is telling me there's a great series about conspiracy theories. Well, I've got something for you that's not a conspiracy theory. Anyone 55 and older, you can join the Magenta Plan. What is the Magenta Plan? It's absolutely awesome. This is going to be a chance for you to save serious cash. It's amazing. You can do this. You can get $70 a month, the Magenta 55 Plus. It includes Netflix, and it's $70 a month with 2 lines of unlimited data. This is a great deal. $70 a month, unlimited data, 2 lines, and it includes Netflix from my friends at T-Mobile. So you can chill out, you can enjoy watching the TV, and you can also just enjoy this great rate plan. With auto pay, sales tax, and regulatory fees included in rate plan price, keeping it steady. It's unlimited on T-Mobile's network. You got to check it out. Receive Netflix standard with 2 lines. Get all the details at T-Mobile.com and tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Check out Flyers Weekly tonight from 6 to 7 p.m. with Jason Murtitas. Go around the world of hockey and get an inside look at the Flyers games ahead. Flyers Weekly is presented by AAA. Always open for the assist.
Wendy's new classic chicken sandwich is now in the 2 for $5, and that's reason to celebrate. Try the new classic and then take your mouth on a victory lap with the iconic Dave's Single, the delicious spicy chicken sandwich, spicy or crispy 10-piece nuggets, or just get another classic chicken sandwich. Taste greatness today with Wendy's 2 for $5. We got you.
For a limited time, a la carte only. Price and participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's.
That meeting's starting at 4. Can I get those projections?
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Karen, do these numbers look right to you?
Like at Mia's research firm. To hit client deadlines, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. Life's coming at us hard these days, right? We go 100 miles an hour. We feel stressed, run down. We're dehydrated, get headaches, body aches. We're working overtime to try to protect ourselves from getting sick. So I needed a positive way to recharge and refuel. Enter Exeva Vitamin Infusion Therapy. It's been a game changer for me. I love it. Imagine flooding your body with these vitamins, nutrients, amino acids, and hydration you need to boost your immune system, elevate your mood and your energy level, and replenish your reserves in under an hour. We're talking vitamins, nutrients, and hydration administered by a board-certified nurse at one of Exeva's modern infusion suites. It's amazing. I felt incredible. And I received my infusion, got a flat screen TV. I was reading. It was relaxing. Learn more about Exceva's vitamin therapies at Exeva.com. That's AXIVA.com. Exeva. Replenish, recharge, relief.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, drill sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone?
Yes, Drill Sergeant! Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
How do you top the perfect cup of Dunkin' Cold Brew? With new sweet cold foam from Dunkin', of course. A velvety sipping experience that elevates your cold brew with a pillowy, silky, smooth new layer you'll want to sink into. Doesn't that sound delicious? Try a medium chocolate stout flavored cold brew with sweet cold foam, cold brew with sweet cold foam, or cold brew for $3. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Moisture in your house, cracks in your basement floor or walls, eroded foundation. These are all signs you could have mold in your home. DryTech Waterproofing Solutions is one of the top-rated mold remediation companies in Pennsylvania. Calling DryTech immediately could save you substantial repair costs down the road. They offer free evaluations, and Fanatic listeners can take advantage of 15% off just for mentioning the Missinelli Show. Don't let mold in your home. Visit DryTechCorp.com. It's DryTech Waterproofing Solutions. Protect your investment.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. It's time to give peace a chance. It's time for a high-efficiency heating and cooling system for even, consistent heat in your home. And with Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Hey, Philly, Jamie Lynch here. If you bet on sports like I do, then you need PropSwap, America's #1 app to buy and sell sports bets. We're all using it to cash in this basketball season. Just head to your nearest casino, pick your favorite teams to win it all, and sell those tickets on PropSwap. They have thousands of buyers across the country that you can sell to. And listing your ticket is always free. This is your newest side hustle. The average seller on PropSwap makes $500 every month. If you aren't selling on PropSwap, then you're missing out. Go to PropSwap.com today and click the sell button to learn more.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Thanks for joining us on the John Kincade Show. You never know what we're going to get into. Gentleman saying here on email, Steven says he's really enjoyed the show today, but he still can't believe that we were discussing Dawn dishwashing liquid and that he brought the discussion into his office and they spent 10 minutes discussing the concept.
That's stupid.
He said,
use your common sense.
He said, please don't do that to me. He literally, though, he says,
well, where did they fall? Where did the office fall on this?
The office fell, he goes, that they never thought of it. Is what he says. He says the consensus here in our office, a nice insurance firm. I don't want to give the company names in case it competes with somebody, but that the consensus is that is something they never thought of.
It's just bells and whistles. That's all.
That they never thought of.
Yeah.
He did like your car analogy.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the best
fact
analogy.
That was pretty good.
The fact that the little extras thing that I bought.
The power washing scrub.
How about the car? It comes with a car charging pad too.
Oh, the wireless one that you just drop it on?
Just sit it on it.
I have that. It's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
You sit on.
You guys are doing well for
By the
yourselves.
way, I have that.
Me and Egan are driving our little
the have and the
Toyota.
have-nots.
By the way, that was whoa.
Send you up to North Bend, Volkswagen.
Don't make me get into this stuff because there's things that you got more toys than I do. I guarantee it.
Like what?
Do you have an Xbox?
PS4.
Okay.
PS4 came out 6 years ago, John.
Okay. How much do you
get
pay
one for $100?
How much do you pay to be able to play that?
None.
You don't play updated games?
My Xbox a year is $60 for the online membership.
Okay.
I'm still playing FIFA 14.
But I get more than my money's worth out of that.
Okay, you do get more than your money's worth about that.
I would pay $200.
Egan, what else do you spend?
Don't listen, Bill Gates.
By the way,
Hockey.
you have a doppelganger. Have you seen the Egan doppelganger?
No.
The construction guy?
Oh,
No,
God.
seriously?
There's an Egan doppelganger.
We got to take a picture of him.
He's taller than Egan.
Okay.
Well,
But
who
he's
is
not
it?
that much taller, but he is the Egan doppelganger. He's got the Egan glasses. He's got the Egan, the stature, the sort of the slight waifish,
Slight waifish.
Slight
Love you,
waifish,
Pat.
Irish lad, out there. What are some things that you spend your money on?
Hockey.
Okay, talk about spending your money on a hobby. Tell me about it. What do you spend on? How much do you spend?
Each season, which there's 2 seasons in a calendar year, is about $400, and then
that's not
equipment.
bad.
I don't pay for equipment, but I'm on 3 teams, so it's roughly.
That's not terrible, though.
$2,000 a year.
I don't think that's.
I don't think I
that's
really
bad.
spend money on.
I can't
beer.
use golf. I can't use golf because of the amount of free golf.
Yeah.
The amount of free golf that I play.
I don't get free golf.
Oh, you get free golf.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, no,
wow.
no,
What circles we got to run
Then
into?
you get your luxurious car.
No. We will have some free golf. I promise you, we'll have some free golf. The idea of toy, I would say that because always, and we get it, that whole thing yesterday about the unpaid internships was going crazy on social media, and I would say always, if you work at a radio station and you work with young guys, and as you go, I'm broke, have no money, and I'd say, can I see your phone? Why do you have a nicer phone than I do? Why do you have better sunglasses than I do? Why do you have I'd go, why do you have that then? I said you're broke because you're prioritizing a phone or something like that. As far as what
Santa's a
you're
very
do.
nice man.
Santa's very good.
Yeah.
I know him.
Santa takes good care of you.
Hey, I built that phone up in that workshop.
Now we would ask, would you ever ask did you ever ask at Christmas time for money or gift cards or something like that?
No.
Never? You'd want stuff. You'd want toys.
Yeah,
Not toys, but adult toys.
Usually it's the thing I don't want to pay for myself. I'm not asking for fleshlights.
Wow.
It's the thing
you know Jamie better than I do.
sex positions. Yeah, I don't want to ask. I don't want to pay for it myself, but if it's a gift, it's great.
See,
if my wife was listening and my 40th birthday was coming up, like the NBA Jam arcade game is something that I want that I wouldn't pay for. You know what I mean?
Is that the arcade size game?
Yeah.
Shameless.
She doesn't listen, so I'm just saying maybe if she was.
I want the I've said I would like a golden tee.
Oh yeah,
maybe I think I'd get a golden tee, maybe or something like that.
I want an outdoor bathroom, outdoor shower.
I can't believe you're not winning this.
I'm not. It's not even coming close.
I can't believe
not
you're
even
winning.
close.
Here's the thing: is what Now, I'm just saying, look, I don't insert myself into, sure I do. I don't insert myself into other business. I'd say that's something that like would be just do it.
Isn't it cool?
Yes.
Like it's cool. You have
Outdoor
people
shower.
over. You have people over swimming in the pool that I don't have because
Outdoor
I don't have a
shower.
house yet. But
Right.
once I do, yeah.
I've never
Outdoor
understood
shower?
why it was only in the shore. I guess because of the grass and,
And
your
why
soil.
wouldn't you want it?
But I
You lay
would
down
love it.
some rocks and
I
then
would
you put
take
some stuff
6
over
months
it.
of the year, all my showers outside.
Yeah.
You would? You really?
Absolutely.
Like you came
Put a
in
little
from, you
covering
came out
on
from
it?
doing the lawn.
Right.
Yeah.
You get done cutting the grass, you're all stinky and sweaty. You
Right.
jump in that outdoor shower,
And it
you're
feels
good
awesome.
to go.
It feels awesome.
have a wiener, but you got the point.
So get the
Now, my wife does listen, so I don't know where this is
Donna, let the
going.
man get the outdoor shower.
I'm hoping she's not Carly. If I'm trying to.
Oh, she'll whack
Donna,
you.
Whatever you want, whatever you want, you can get what you want. In the linchpin, the inside story's coming out. You're not going to want to miss this.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, May 4th, a documentary I just learned about yesterday is coming out. And I can't wait to watch it. It's called The Inside Story. And it's a behind-the-scenes documentary about this guy I think you know fairly well named Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes.
A guy in this town we all know and love, and his name's Charles Barkley.
Charles.
And then there's, Kenny Smith and this guy Ernie Johnson, and they do this basketball program.
Yeah, they do a really good, one of the most successful television sports programs ever. If you're counting Emmys,
yeah,
it's maybe the most successful.
I think it's my favorite sports-based television show ever. And I grew up on NBA inside stuff.
A lot of people feel that way.
Sports Center made me want to get into this industry.
Not Joe Stazak, by the way. Sunday, he called the show the biggest train wreck on television.
Really?
Yes.
I love it. Inside the NBA.
Inside the NBA. He said it was the biggest train wreck on the show.
I can't wait to watch this
heard.
documentary. Can anybody top it as the top sports television program ever?
Television documentary?
Well, I think it's coming to. It's not Netflix.
Did they do The Big Show? Did the Sunday night Dan Patrick, Keith Olbermann Sports Centers? The Big Show as Dan and Keith. That's the only show that I would think reaches that cult-like status.
Scott Van Pelt, I think, has a cultish.
Scott's so awesome.
He's awesome.
Mel Allen, This Week in Baseball. I'd love to see a documentary there.
What would happen there?
All this and more on This Week in Baseball.
I'd love to see an
He's been
NBA
dead for
Inside
about
Stuff
20
one, but I can't wait for this Inside the NBA one.
Oh, this will be good.
I can't think of another one, though, that I'd... I mean, do people even like
Wide World
pregame
of
shows
Sport?
anymore?
No.
That's the big thing is.
There's really no sports shows anymore.
Pregame shows have just nosedive.
Yeah, because it's a laugh track.
But that show continues to rise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thinking about it, the only one I could think of is just I'd love to see a history of SportsCenter.
Yeah,
from the beginning, but that's it.
But the untold version, I'd like to see of that.
Yeah, I agree, but that's the only one that I can really think of where
Guy
I go,
says
it makes
here, the
sense.
great sports debate from the old days on Prism and everything.
And by the way, it is a 4-part docuseries on TNT.
Oh, it is on
Okay.
TNT. That makes sense.
By the way, if anybody has, now that I'm home in Philadelphia, if anybody has if they would have the old great sports debates, the old them, I did like 4 or 5 of them. I would love to be able to find the audio. I would like to find the video of it.
Oh, okay.
I would love to be able to do that.
You'd love to look at
If
yourself in
somebody
years
knows.
gone by, huh?
I would like to see that. Well, we would do the Karnak. We would do John Act with the giant Johnny Carson outfit and everything like that. So I would love to be able to get that. I do not have that on video.
I'm sure somebody down there has the archives.
Somebody will have the archives.
Yeah.
Be able to do that for you. Hey, Cinch Propane Home Delivery, bring propane right to your doorstep. Just visit cinch.com, pick a delivery date that's convenient for you, and they will handle the rest. My cousin Matt checking in. He asked, is Egan the Brad Marchand of his hockey league?
He licked my face one time, Egan.
I thought you were saying Brad Marchand or...
Well, Brad Marchand's good.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I don't take that as an insult. I'll tell you right now, I suck at hockey.
I mean, I'm only going off what he
and
tells
Matt
me.
taking shots at you a little bit there, I think, sort of.
Yeah, see if I re-up with you, Matt, for the Phillies account. But no,
Boom, roasted.
I used to kind of have play with more of an edge, but then people started to talk to me on the ice about work. So now I conduct myself differently on the ice.
So they talk to you about work?
Oh yeah, I had one guy. There was a scrap going on, and then the guy got pulled out of the scrap and skated up to me. And I'm like, "What does this guy want?" And he just started asking me about Chip Kelly. And
really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
See, that's good though.
No,
That's
it is good, but I have to conduct myself differently, so I'm more even.
When has that stopped you? When has it ever
since
stopped
fame
you?
has gotten to him?
Like, when has it stopped you from being you?
Since I started making over $16,500.
There we go. That was very, very good with that.
Nice
that was
job,
very,
Pat.
very good. Pat, you had big theory yesterday because we didn't get to it earlier. You had big opinion on the unpaid internships.
It's not so much the outcry over unpaid internships because I think
because nobody, if I'm not mistaken, nobody forces you into wanting to do a media career. No one forces you into an unpaid internship.
Yes, and I think
nobody at gunpoint is being said, "Get in there, do your free labor."
Coach at gunpoint did do that.
Oh, he did do that with you?
So
Yes,
you can thank him. No, in this industry, you're getting into an unpaid internship. So it cracked me up when I think it's Jane Slater's entire Twitter account was media members in a pissing contest talking about, I did this unpaid internship. We all do. We've all done unpaid internships.
Correct.
You did one having a day job.
Correct.
What annoys me is when...
By the way, I did years of free labor to get my career started.
That's
years.
That's
of
kind
free
of
labor.
what's expected in the industry. You know what you're getting into. What annoys me is when media members like to point to, I made this much money 20 years ago, and you, as an outsider, go, oh my God, how do you survive on that? We have people in this industry now making that. And that's what annoys me is, why don't you put in the inflation calendar and realize you're not that bad? Like you weren't struggling as bad as you think you were.
Well,
and
then
that annoys me.
But the big part of it though is what I don't think people realize is you're being paid to be taught. You're being paid as an intern. I was paid as an intern and I got taught. And by the way, that led to me being paid Tom Bigby, letting me be paid part-time. That led to me then turning that part-time job into a part-time, getting to actually get on the air and launching a career. And I interned for free when I was penniless and when I made six figures in my day job. I worked for free.
I've worked
to get my goal, to get my dream, to sit right here.
So why this became such a big issue on social media yesterday is I understand why it became an issue.
Okay.
Because it's very split debate. Now, I was able in college to go to Washington, D.C. at a very good school and work for the George Michael Sports Machine. I did it for a year. I also had a work-study job where I was working. I also had a support system behind me that allowed me to get to that college that would occasionally throw me 20, 30, 40 bucks here and there to help keep me afloat. So the issue becomes unpaid internships become a, upper middle class to upper class privilege that a lot of people.
There's the P word. That's the P word.
But you can't deny. Like a lot of people
deny.
A lot of people don't have those.
I can absolutely deny it.
A lot of people don't have those opportunities. One, to get to a school, to get a foot in the door at an NHL organization.
I worked full time. I worked a job, did a full time schedule for school, and did an unpaid internship. Went full time to school, had a job, had an unpaid internship. And guess what? I did not have what I really hated was these kids have mommy and daddy to support them.
A lot of them do.
Bullshit. Then don't paint with a broad brush is what was going on social media yesterday.
Well, that's
broad
social media.
That doesn't. These people have mommy and daddy to support them. My dad was dead. And my mom she had the money to keep a roof over my head and stuff like that and took care of us.
But I'm a person.
But she wasn't saying, John, I got you do the unpaid internship. I'll cover the money.
But I was one of those people.
There are some.
I recognize, but I worked at the same time because I've worked since I was 13.
But it can be done.
But it's hard, and it's harder.
It was hard.
Yeah,
it was hard,
and it's hard for a large majority of people.
You know what?
Can't do it.
It was hard. I'm here to tell you.
So the unpaid.
It was hard.
So the unpaid.
But guess what?
Becomes
It was hard. I'm here to tell you. It was freaking hard. And you know what was hard too? Getting out of bed at 4:30 in the morning when I had a full-time job that was paying me very well to go and work for free.
Look,
I did it. To be an intern in sports radio because I knew that long down the line, that's what I wanted to do for a living. You know what? It was sacrifice, and it was freaking hard.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
It was hard.
I
don't want to hear. I don't want to hear people say, "Well, it's hard."
But I recognize a lot of people don't get those opportunities.
Why?
Because they just don't.
Why?
Because they don't get to that Temple University. Because you can roll your eye, but you have to recognize it's an unfair playing field when it comes to unpaid internships.
Do you know now the amount of people that get into media that never do an unpaid internship? It goes up every single year, where people now are using their YouTube channels and their
because unpaid internships don't exist much anymore.
Well, it depends. Certain companies there's not.
There's not a lot.
Adam in Villanova joins us. Adam, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Not too much. I was just listening to this, and I have a different perspective maybe about it. That's interesting. I'm not in media. I was sport and rec. I majored in sport and recreation. I graduated last year from Temple. And I had to get 2 internships to graduate. I ended up with having 4. And I had to get, because Temple was associated with these schools, they knew Temple was associated with these businesses. These businesses knew that they could basically get free labor from the students. So I ended up I'm going into debt paying 12 credit hours worth and 6 credit hours worth for these multiple internships, and thousands of dollars while working 40 hours a week for free for months at a time on top of other classes.
What are you doing now?
Right now, I just got a job as a sales rep for a software company.
And are you liking that, or do you not like that?
I haven't started yet. I just got the job. So I graduated literally in December, and I've just been looking for work in sports. And it's a bad time.
It's a bad time to be looking at them, but don't give up.
No, good luck, Adam. Good luck with everything.
Don't give up on your dream.
No, it's funny. You guys are so vehement about how you're looking at this, and you're both right. Like it's hard. And Jamie, I agree with you. Some people just aren't given that opportunity.
It was really hard.
Yeah,
but part of the problem with the internships is usually it's a well-to-do university or pipeline that feeds these places, which ultimately is a foot in the door that many other people can't afford to get. So I completely understand why there's another side to that debate.
John, I was like you, where my mom wasn't helping me in the sense of she was paying for everything, but the roof over my head was huge because I didn't have to pay rent. And there are kids out there that don't have that luxury. With that said, and Coach can attest to this, one of the first questions I asked him when I was interviewing was, do you hire from your intern pool? And I think a lot of kids nowadays, they want the cool, flashy internship that'll never hire them. With all of that said, in closing to my TED Talk, I do want to say that if they had paid me for the year where I worked for free, I don't think that would have affected my job status. Like, I don't think it's negative to pay interns. And I think that's the big gripe
what I would say
is it going to take away from the work that you get?
What I would say to you right now is this. If you're young and you want to get into this business, if you don't have a YouTube channel of your own where you're showing what kind of content you could potentially produce, if you're not writing, if you don't have a blog site, you want to get into the media and you don't have a blog site where you can produce, here's the kind of work I can produce. If you're not doing that stuff, I'm going to tell you the internship won't help you. I don't believe the internship will help you.
So, real quick, sorry, the point you're making, that wasn't available 30 years ago.
Correct. And that's why it was damn hard.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And you don't have to, but Jamie, the point is you don't have to do an unpaid internship. If you have to do an unpaid
internships are pretty much done.
If you do it, if you do it for your career, there are sacrifices to make to get
I made
to where
those
you want to
sacrifices.
Right.
I juggled 4 jobs for a decade.
Absolutely.
I worked work study. I did an internship and all that.
And so the last thing
I had the privilege of being at a good school that fed me into the George Michael sports machine, which got on my resume, which helped me. So
it doesn't have to be.
I realize how fortunate I am.
Okay.
And I still busted my ass.
Anthony Gargano's here in the crossover.
He did,
which is always great.
He did. I will tell you that I'm on Team Bro here. I saw him. He did bust his ass. I handpicked him.
See,
that's my man.
Do you know
all those years ago?
Yeah. Anthony, I don't even know if you remember. You saw me when I was an intern. You saw me, or you may have known. You may have been just coming in the door. Yes, you may have been just. I swear to you, you may have just coming in the door. We may have just been coming in the doors of the situation differently. I only did because it would have been off time wise for that. But I mean, it's that I interned for Mike. I interned with Mike. I interned with Mac and Mac. I interned with Eskin. No, I get you. But I mean, though, is that I thought knowing those people being around that is what I'm saying is that I interned for all the people that are now quote unquote peers. I interned for free.
Yeah, well,
for free.
I mean, that's how you do it.
It is. And
that's how you do it. I mean, that's
it does pay off, I think.
Yeah, I used to write for free.
You wrote for free to get noticed, right?
Well, they call it clips, right? You and Bobby knows this.
Yeah.
You would have to have clips, right? Show your work. This is what you do. So I would call. I finagled my way to Chicago. Now remember, I used to I worked for the Burlington County Times to cover high schools, right?
Okay.
I finagled my way to Chicago, and I was freelancing for the Associated Press. I then would call newspapers all over the country. Let me cover this guy. Let me write a story about that. I look at the roster of like the Bears and the Bulls and see his hometown. I go, listen, how about I write for you? And they go, well, it's not in the budget. I go, well, I'll do it for nothing. Just send me the clip.
Oh, yeah.
See, there you go. That's a good. It's called hustle.
It's hustle. I mean, that's how I made my bones writing, and then I hooked on.
I always had stories that I liked that I wrote. Always had them in my bag because I had to give them to anybody.
I want to show you. I want to show you what I can do.
How much money did you spend in postage?
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh. I used to have these manila envelopes. I would spend like a nickel a month sending clips out.
Hey, Natural Lawn of America, they bring you the handoff here with Anthony Gargano. Natural Lawn of America, the official lawn care company of spring and the safer alternative in lawn care for your kids and pets. Schedule their full-service program to get free seeding every year and peace of mind. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. And we appreciate you being a part of the show today. Cuz is going to be totally unleashed today. I heard the show may get a little blue at times, too. You don't want to miss any minute
Blue
of it.
Chew?
Don't miss a minute of it. Where's
Pat Egan?
For everyone here at the John Kincade Show, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Stay tuned, Cousin Kunich. Mila Kunis.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Well, if you're planning on hiring a lawn care service, doesn't it make sense to hire a company that provides better results and is safer for your family and pets? That's why I chose Natural Lawn of America. That's my lawn care company. Natural Lawn provides homeowners with greener grass and fewer weeds using an exclusive organic-based lawn care product. Now, this isn't a cookie-cutter lawn care service. Natural Lawn tailors their applications to your lawn-specific needs. And their unique approach to lawn care has reduced chemical pesticide use by 85%.